show ever.
That was the last one, right?
Everybody, welcome to the Bab-Cast. Like, subscribe, give us a charity share. Update on hats. It's looking like we had some cool construction questions on the last one, which were very, very exciting. Very, very, very exciting. So I think Kel, who's got a hat coming their way?
Mark Terry.
Yeah. So Joey Barvo, we'll shoot him a text to see if he wants a camo or one of the cool gray ones that E designed. I'm gonna mail a camo one to Mark. I know he would just want a camo one. I know he'll wear it hunting.
No, that'd be awesome.
Corey, we're gonna mail Corey one of the hats. We'll let him pick because he had the very first construction question. But Richard Rochelle, one of our customers, is going to get the actual first comment on one of the podcasts.
And he's got a question in that we're going to definitely answer. So everybody, thank you very much for joining us today. We are going to, what's that?
Don't forget to click the notification button.
Right.
Because if we ever get good at this, it could be important for people to know when something comes out. We film, record on Thursdays. We try to get it out by Fridays. But if you don't know, you can click that and get notifications. It does happen.
If Richard Rochelle doesn't want the hat, can he get a slight discount on his house?
No, it actually, if he doesn't take the hat, his house goes up in price.
Okay.
So like, subscribe, give us that charity share. Click the notification button to know that when we're coming up. We got a couple of things to talk about. We got some silly fun ideas. As always, we're going to talk about building, business. We're going to pick our guest brain. I don't know if anybody has noticed yet, but we have the usual suspects here today, but we also have a very special guest, Mr. Scott Schroeder of Samson Equipment. So thank you very much, sir, for joining us today.
Round of applause.
Friends, how we doing?
Yeah, I've been so excited about this, Scott. You have absolutely no idea. I've been thinking about this all week. I was super elated. I think I sent you an email with the agenda at like 4 a.m. on Monday, because I was just thinking about, all right, new week.
Yeah, Matt, I saw that and I was like, what's this? What are we doing? Well, we're just going to talk. But we have like bullet points and dash marks and stuff. Look at you go.
Exactly. We engage in some form of organization. We definitely do not follow it, and that's half the fun of this thing. So we're gonna work our way down the agenda, whether we like it or not, and we'll touch on all kinds of stuff: building, stocks. So we're gonna talk sports, some badass beats, which is essentially a little tune that me and Eric kind of started messing around with as our theme song, and badass booze. One of the things that made it on there was some badass barbecue, which just kind of conveniently fits some stuff, and kind of found a new cooking idea that I wanted to bounce off of you guys, especially E and Kel, because I think E, you tasted it, and I think I was describing my concept to Kel on the phone, asking for his advice, because Kel's a really good cook. So all that being said, and working our way through the kind of the overview, just wanted to say that the Bab-Podcast is just a fun thing that we did as friends, just as a goof, and now it's just kind of morphed into this thing that we're all looking forward to every week, and we're just we're having a really good time. So one of the things I wanted to kind of point out, again, just to mention, we have our very special guest, Mr. Scott Schroeder. I maybe just kind of going around the circle. Kel, how did you first meet Scott?
It had to. You know what? I don't actually know like the exact moment, because it was a product of tagging along with people to Scott's infamous tailgate. And it just turned into one of those situations where I remember going over there, and you know me, I'd be willing to bet 99% of the time I had the dogs, I had my dog with me, and just cruised up. And the one thing that always jumps off the page at me with Scott is his level of hospitality. Scott gets offended if you don't. He's like a Mexican grandmother. And he's like, if you don't eat
first,
oh, Neil, here, have a sandwich. And you're like, no, I ate. And he's like, no, just here, just eat something. Come on, grab something, eat it, or get a drink. He'll just hover over you until you do, and so you're just like, all right, yeah, cool. I mean, you don't have to hover over me because you're like, oh, hey, there's free food and free booze. I was like, but it had to have been, I couldn't tell you which one, but it just turned into one of those situations where I went to one and it was fun. And then I went to another, and like I said, I was kind of tagging along the first couple of times. And then I decided to just go over by myself. And then all of a sudden it became like, oh yeah, hey, look, here's but I would say, I think the very first, I tried to prove, like that thing where you're like, when a friend hits you up and you're like, all right, I'm there, I'm in, is before the bowl game, the TV reporter was like, you're like, hey guys, it's like 9 o'clock on a Saturday or something. And I just remember you're like, hey, I need you guys to be here. And I'm like, all right, cool, I'll be there. And I think only like 3 or 4 of us showed up, but it was so good. Yeah, but that's how it is. His tailgate with the Aggie Athletic Association that he puts on for everyone back in that back parking lot by what do they call that side
Center.
of the field? The Fulton Center.
Fulton
Yep,
Center.
back there.
Yeah,
That's I couldn't tell you what game or anything, but it was at his place.
I definitely met Scott on one of those tailgates for sure for the first time with UCal. I remember that a TV broke. So it was kind of cool. There was like the cool like tent and all that stuff, and like a TV broke, and we had like an emergency TV expedition and got the whole thing back up and running because we were having a great time just hanging out at that cool tailgate that Scott was so gracious to let us crash. Yeah.
Yeah. The wind blew it
my
over.
TV. It was my TV.
The wind,
Was it
the
from your
wind
house?
blew it over.
Gone.
Yeah.
But here's a funny side note, funny thing. When I left, I maybe you guys know the story, maybe you don't. I feel like I told it when I came back, but I think the TV always kind of pushes that underneath. When I went to get the TV, a girl that I know, she was a waitress at a local establishment, we'll leave it at that, had pulled out of that Walmart and hit a curb with her car and blew her freaking tire out.
Oh,
so I actually drove over there to change her tire. So I drove over there, changed her tire, and told her, dude, drive down to Discount Tire. They'll get you sorted out. You'll be all right. Your rim's fucked. You literally ran over a curb with your car. And then while I was standing there, I was like right by Walmart. So I'm like, oh, fuck, I'll pull in here real quick. Pull in, run to the back. Like it was a 50-inch for like $2.99. I was like, we'll just do it. Fuck it.
Yeah, and see,
I've eaten and drank over $299 of food and booze. It's my contribution.
Yeah, I guess I'll echo what Matt said. I was tagging along with Kelso one day, and we hit up a tailgate that Scott was hosting, and yeah, I mean, Scott's the ultimate host. I mean, obviously number one Aggies fan out there.
Yeah,
die hard. So his enthusiasm you can't help but just feel that just emanating through the entire tent. So whenever you show up, you got to be pumped up because everybody else there is in that same mindset. So it's a ton of fun. If when we do get back to some sort of normal and we're able to experience the tailgate again, everybody who listens to this needs to attend one of these tailgate parties.
Go watch some Aggies play.
nice. I've never attended one, but I plan to. I think I met Scott.
that's cool, man. I'm gonna go.
That's probably like the first time I met him. That's exactly what happened. He was on his way out. He is when Kilgore lived with him, and I was just over at the house partying, whatever. And
Probably just bailed him out.
you were Scott was
Speaking of
never
super
there.
fans.
Scott, I thought it was Kilgore's house because Scott was never there, and I was there all the time. But I think the first time
you're
I
the
met
one. Okay.
I think the first time I met you was actually might have been in passing, and the legend of Scott Schroeder just kind of grew, and then we'd run into each other here and there and started hanging out and talking, messaging, and so it's he's a great guy. If you haven't met him or know about his company, which I found it really interesting when Kelly last night was talking to a few people and saying who you were and what Samson is, a lot of people didn't know that you're right in our backyard. And so I think this hopefully gets you some exposure and a few new people.
You don't need any more exposure. You well, probably turn people away at the doors. Like,
I'm not gonna respond to that. You know, hey, we'll let you guys say that.
Vicious accusations. Yeah,
business. Always good to have business.
Okay. No, absolutely. So Scott, how did can you tell us, you know, about yourself and kind of, you know, your beginnings and Samson Equipment, and maybe kind of link them together, kind of.
Yeah. So Matt, Samson Equipment is a family owned and operated business. My dad, Dave Schroeder, my mom started this back in 1976. Dad was coaching over at Gadsden High School. Dad played ball here at New Mexico State. Mom was a cheerleader. My mom was actually one of, when they started passing all the Title IX stuff. I mean, she started the swim program here at New Mexico State. Like the locker room that we dedicated a few years ago, that's, we named it the Wanda Glass building. That's her grandmother. Wow. So another big alum and booster is her sister Smokey, my aunt. But a lot of people will meet Smokey and not realize that's my aunt, and it's hilarious. But when we got started in '76, my dad was coaching at Gadsden. My dad's a lot like me. I'm a lot like my dad, I should say. We can't really work for anybody. So he was coaching, he was doing that whole thing. He was a GA at State, and he got the job over there, football coaching, wrestling, things like that. He got put in charge of he's a PE guy. I mean, he's a coach, wrestling coach, track, all that stuff. So he got they're going to do a weight room. And he didn't get much, but he got a budget for 3 years. And so his plan was, you know, buy stuff year one, we need the most. Year two, fill in the tier 2 plan, and then year 3, finish it off. Well, the problem was when he started shopping around. My dad's a really spec, you know, origin type of guy. So, you know, he bought the best things that he could buy for the money. And by year 2, it's already breaking down. So right around that time is when he's, you know, he's getting a principal for doing his job. You know, he's pulling him over the desk, like a few type of thing. So it was like, you know, I think I need to go into business for myself because I'm about to get fired. So he called a buddy of his who was an NASA engineer and make a line of equipment. And his response was, well, what do you know about building equipment? I said, nothing. Like, well, you probably want to, you know, take a welding class or something. It's like, but I need to know what materials to buy, and I can't, you know, service anything. So I need it to be overbuilt. So I need you to design me an incline, a squat rack. And back in those days, everyone made their own platforms. So he's like, I just need those things. I need you to give me a design for that. I'll pay you for it, but I need to know, you know, how to build it, but then what materials to buy. So it was always 3" by 3" 0.188 on the steel. We still use that to this day.
So what was the 88 thing? Is that a grade of steel, Scott? Is that what that is?
Yeah, 0.188 is the thickness of steel. It's commonly referred to as 7-gauge steel, which is right. So it's all about the measurement. So all of our racks since then have been 3" by 3" 0.188 thickness. Our benches, machines, things like that are 2.5 by 2.5 0.188. We're the only company in the world that uses 0.188 across the board. No one else matches us. So
you guys use a thicker, it's like a thicker tubing essentially.
Correct. So when he got started, he got those designs started going. When he takes a welding class and says, okay, I'm going to do it. Was cutting some of that steel with a hacksaw, which he went through, I don't know how many blades just to do one. Learned as he went, but, you know, classic story is my mom's, you know, about a month away or so from giving birth to my brother, and he's unplugging the oven to plug in the welder in the garage, and that's my dad. So we've seen a lot since then. Obviously, that's our roots. That's where we started. Mom was coaching, teaching at the university up until the point where we got kind of big enough to where we really needed a lot of help outside. So she's really around the books side of things until just a few years ago. And she's retired founder. My dad is retired. He comes back every we tell them to come back in on Friday afternoons when it's kind of died off. We can fill them in for the week. But my brother and I have been running the day-to-day. Brother's director of operations. My official title is director of sales, but it's always /this/that. So my business card, it says director of sales, but it's co-owner. It's,
Small
HR.
business. Yeah, small business.
I'm the worst. I'm the worst HR person. I'm going to get fired for just doing that. Whatever. But I've been back.
One of the best things you can do is, if somebody has some beef with you, they could be like, you could just tell them, hey, contact HR. And then you just,
my favorite thing to do is when they
say, hi, I'm HR.
My favorite thing to do is to put people on hold, Matt. And when they ask for my boss, and I click back like, still me, baby. Like,
I'll transfer you.
Yeah. I hit hold and I pick back up like, you getting it? You getting it yet? You still got to deal with me. And that sucks for you. So no, I've been back now. This is my, played ball in college over in Arkansas, and then graduated, went to Texas State, was strength coach for a few years, and then came back, to take this role. This is my 17th year back. So I've been doing this now 17 years.
Wow.
Jeez.
That's awesome.
Nice. You mentioned strength coaches. Who's a strength coach in the college ranks?
I can't. I mean, how am I going to pick one? How am I
I
going
mean,
to pick one?
They have all
like a
kinds
top
of,
five
you guys
list of
have
people
all
who are
kinds of
just, like,
guests on your
amazing.
little podcast.
Here. Hold on. In an effort to not jeopardize current business, who's your favorite retired from the industry coach? Because you got to be careful about tossing out there who your favorite is, because you could alienate someone else. But
I'm going to name some guys.
Who's retired? Who's an old dog that you like? Oh, this guy was.
So I'm going to say a guy and look him up after this. His name's Daniel LeDuc. He's a legend.
The name like LeDuc.
Yeah. He's the man. That guy is a legend. Johnny Parker is another guy who's a legend. One of the guys that actually just retired fairly recently is Bill Ferran. Used to be with the Miami Heat. He's an old he's one of the best that really ever did it on really any level.
Okay.
My favorite character that's retired is Robin Pound. He used to be with the Phoenix Suns for a long time. He's my favorite character. One of the guys actually that's still in the game right now is Johnny Lott, and he's over with the Chargers.
Nice.
He's another guy to look up. He's a lot of fun to be around.
Nick's a diehard Chargers fan.
Yeah.
What's that?
Nick's a diehard Chargers fan.
Is that right?
Chargers,
look him up. He's one of the best in the business. But we did a lot of work with him when he was with the Cardinals. And really before that, he's moved around a little bit. But college, Don Decker, New Mexico State. That's my guy. I'll rep Deck. Deck's one of the top 10 in the country. We have to have him here. I don't know how we got him here. Hopefully we can keep him here. But that's my guy.
Sweet.
You guys have a lot of strength coaches come on your little Instagram page and things like that. That's really cool. What's your focus with that?
So that's a big shout out to my guy, Andy Zapion. You guys know Andy. He's our director of marketing. So when COVID hit, I mean, a year ago now, think about how nuts that is.
Right.
When that hit, we were trying to do, and our leaderboard on our sales was looking really good. And then it dropped off. So we were trying to get proactive with stuff rather than reactive. Andy's a big guy that, he basically recruited us. So he's been with us a couple of years now, and he got promoted to director of marketing really about a year ago. And it's like, okay, well, ready to go and teach me up. I'm like, figure it out, kid. Like, I don't know. Like, what do you want to do? Like the positive is you're not going to be micromanaged. The negative is you got no help, man. Like, what do you want to do? And we click, but like Andy gets it. So with Andy started saying, okay, we got to do something. Everyone's doing, it's all these strength coaches are having on these podcasts. They're sponsored by companies. They're basically, kissing these companies' asses, things like that. Like, we got to get out of the way. So his thought was, why don't we get coaches interviewing coaches? Like, how are you guys dealing with, COVID? Like, what are you guys implementing over here? We want it, and then they have to lead it. So when we ask, they don't have to, but he'll get it out there in a way that's enticing to them. Is like don't worry about it. You know, what do you got? What do you want to cover? Buddies. And then after that, after they do one, it's like, you want to host one. Most people do, but it's more of like, you know, swap stories. How are you guys dealing with stuff? So it's kind of like, and the only thing we ask is, you know, you can wear your, you know, college affiliated stuff. Don't wear anybody else's. Don't wear ours. You know, we have some guys that break that rule, and they'll show up with the, you know, Powerlift t-shirt on, and those guys don't quite make it to air when they think. So, you know, you can mess with us if you want, but like, we started doing some of that stuff, and that's been really cool. What's been cool to see with that whole, we call it the Strength Coaches Collective, is really how these guys are interacting, what they've learned from it. You know, you follow back up with them, like, you know, was it helpful? Did you learn anything? Like, yeah, you know, it's just interesting how different, you know, schools, especially in different parts of the country, are having to deal with it. Like we're, you know, New Mexico, and Decker's pulling us out with some of the restrictions, but talks to another guy who's maybe worse off, another guy who's not, but there's huge, because as soon as someone tests positive, it doesn't matter what you're, you know, how they treat it, but as soon as someone tests positive, it's over for a couple of weeks and you come back. So it's like, it doesn't matter what the state's saying, but that, you know, watching that thing progress has been really interesting and fun to watch. You learn a lot from it, but it's really just those guys, like, having that community, and we get out of the way. And it's, you guys need to have this platform. We'll give it to you, you know, host it, do it. And most of them are like, now we got people hitting us up for it, and it's been fun.
Nice.
So Scott, kind of with your background as being a strength coach yourself, and now, you know, manufacturing, you know, high end, I've had the privilege of seeing your equipment firsthand, and it's some of the most excellent gym equipment I've ever seen in my entire life. And I mean that wholeheartedly. I'm not blowing smoke up your butt. You know, I've been to commercial gyms, and I'm
extremely hard to do, by the way, if you've never tried.
Try.
But like,
Doesn't work.
going kind of going and seeing the stuff, it's beyond impressive for sure. Like, just the build quality and whatnot. And I think what's kind of cool is you mentioned that it almost has this like literally like an aerospace pedigree, where you're saying that like a NASA, you know, like a NASA engineer helped design the stuff. Like it's like really kind of interesting to kind of think about that, because having just, you know, done a couple pull-ups on some of the stuff I've seen in the schools and seeing the equipment just as is, I'm thinking really specifically right now about like the recent job that you did at Oñate High School. Beautiful. I mean, just absolutely beautiful. What kind of is the next big thing you think in like the equipment world, and how that kind of ties to the training thing? Because I feel like even just, I'm not necessarily I wouldn't call myself a fitness person, but I do enjoy to exercise from time to time. And even in the time that I've been exercising and wanting to train, I've seen just a crazy variance in what people are pitching as far as programs. But how does that relate to kind of what you're selling? Like, has there been a big shift? Because I feel like just in the training world, things have been varied like greatly in the last 5 years, even about like what the mentality is about, you know, sets, reps, all that kind of stuff. And how does that kind of change for what you guys are doing?
So for us, Matt, we're a little different how we approach it. So with us, what we're going to do, we have another guy that's what we call a U.S. sales specialist. He's a master level strength coach. He's in, his name is Troy Jorgensen. He's out of Kansas City, Missouri. He kind of recruited us a little bit. We kind of gave him like not too many options. He was over at, he's been at places like UCLA, Utah State, things like that, but he bought from us a couple times, and we kind of like, hey, we need this type of thing. And what we do, what makes us a little different is you know, you talk about the quality, like the overall thing. From a sales job, I got to kind of sell the durability, warranty, all that stuff. But then with him and with our design team, what we really do is we explain to that strength coach or staff, hey, look, we can build this however you want. And when people come to me at shows and they'll say, what's new? You know, you'll see me, if you ever come to a show and a coach will say, well, what do you guys got new? I'll just like, what is that? Sit down. Like, what do you want to design? And that's most of the time, that's too much to throw at someone. Like, what do you want to build? It's like, well, shit, I don't know. What do you got? So we start showing them examples, but we actually really start talking about, what are they into from a training perspective? And with all these strength coaches out there, Matt, you've got so many people that train a million different ways. There's 1,000 different ways to do stuff. And what's happening now is, especially in the collegiate ranks, is there's way too many qualified coaches and not enough jobs. So it's like anything these guys can do to make themselves stand out, do something different. So when you're like, and for us in our class, we're in the highest class of caliber of equipment, and in the country, we're like 1 of 5 on our level, and we're the smallest. We have the smallest voice. We're the smallest as far as money backing into marketing, stuff like that. We're the only one that's truly family owned out of that. And some people claim that, but we're the only ones that's really operating the way that we want to operate. So what my biggest thing with the coach, to kind of answer your question in a long-winded way, is you sit them down and you basically go over their program. So it's me, another master level guy, saying, okay, look, what do you like? You don't have to tell us how you want to design a rack or even a whole weight room or anything like that. Tell me how you train in the in season, off season. What sports use this room? You talk about full rooms. So it's what sports use it and all that stuff. So then you take all that information, you do a custom design. But then now these days, when you talk about the future, it's all about how you're infusing the technology that's coming, that's already available, and all that stuff. So you walk into New Mexico State's weight room, they've got elite form, what they call elite form, on the racks, and there's a camera there that player walks up, there's an iPad, he chooses his name, it's got his workout there for him, hits click, and it videotapes. So there's two things that are going on. It videotapes the set, the reps, and all that stuff, but it's also, what it does is it monitors the velocity and the power output of what he's putting out. So like after every rep, it'll count the rep, and then it'll show the velocity and the power output that he had on that rack, rep. So,
oh, wow.
So how you integrate that in a seamless way, and that all feeds into a database in the coach's office. So those days of walking around with the chart and filling out your stuff, I mean, those are over, especially if you're going to be an elite program. So there's a lot of options out there coming like that. So where we're going next with that is how to seamlessly infuse that into our products using a lot of different options. Some are more expensive, some are a little less, and how to do that without really jambling up that stuff. Cause like a lot of that stuff now, it's all aftermarket and you're hanging wires and all that. So we're going to be doing a lot of stuff that's integrated.
So
nice.
like, I mean, I don't consider myself an expert in the working out field, but I mean, I'm close. So how would you say your stuff, you guys, you're no Bowflex, right? I mean, you're legit, but like when it comes to a Bowflex, Chuck Norris, come on, Scott, let's be honest here.
Chuck Norris.
I think that's one of those total fitness things.
Oh, okay. It's totally different field. Totally different field.
Totally
okay. Yeah. It's why it's on Facebook and it markets it to me as a Bowflex. All right. Well, you know what? There's a lot of people out there who aren't, like they see a Bowflex and they're like, look, this thing does it all.
Oh, are you getting to a question, or are we,
I'm just saying, how would you compare yourself to what Bowflex offers just an average person?
So
Matt, okay. And one thing that I know we want to bring up, Matt, so have it queued up. Scott sent over some really cool marketing stuff.
Oh yeah, the renderings.
Yeah. Let's right now, to answer Kelly's question, let's stay right here, Matt. You're at the perfect spot. So, the difference between that and what we offer is we're ultra commercial. So we are, our key demographic is high school weight rooms, elite high school weight rooms, small college, and pro and military. So you'll see our stuff a lot in really those realms, and that's it. So like if you're in those worlds, you probably know our name. If you're not, you do not, and that's by design. In a home gym setting, we appeal to a lot of those guys who are in those ranks at one point, who know what a quality rack, bench, dumbbell racks, glute hams, all that stuff, what they feel like. And that's what
totally
they want.
Know what you're talking about right now.
Right. But it's a quality product, right? So
glutes and hams. I like it.
Glutes and hams, baby. That's how you build winners. But they're looking for quality. Baby. They're used to that. So like when they get onto especially with a combo bench, when they get on a bench and it's a solid thing, they're reminded of that. if they don't know about that already, it's hard for them to find us. And so it's one of those things, like, we're not really built for the home market that much. Now we got some stuff coming out that'll be a little bit more attractive to them.
We're going to touch on that later, by the way.
Okay. So there's some stuff there that is a little bit easier. We kind of fought that for a while just because we don't want our name associated with something that's lesser tier than what our quality is known for. But the difference is those guys in those markets that are click and buy Amazon type people, they don't understand the difference between.
You know what? Here's what's hilarious about this. And the similarities between your business and the customers that you want and our business and the customers we want is very, very similar. It's funny because, we're as a home builder, we're not going to build houses for everyone. We don't want to build houses for everyone.
Well, that would be like,
we
that would be like you
don't
asking,
want to build houses for most people.
That would be like that, like the equivalent of the question you just asked me. Be like, well, what makes you guys different than the mobile home guys I pass on the highway every day?
The guy jumping off the rooftops.
What was his name? Bobby something.
Yeah, it was Bobby something. I'm Bobby, and I'm shouting from the rooftops.
We know he hurt his neck.
How do you not, dude? I hurt my neck sleeping, so it's not hard jumping off of the rooftops.
Hey Scott, do you use the same top quality materials in the Samsonite suitcases?
Yeah, so I get calls for Samsonite. Not as much as I used to. There's a clinic called Samson Clinic that spells it SAMSUN. That's really fun right now. That's in California somewhere, and everyone wants the COVID shot. So when I tell them that I'm not it, their mother effing me up and down.
Come on, no, just come on down. Come on down.
Like,
come on down to the shop. Come on down.
Do they know anything about like
I started saying
area codes?
like, great, just come down. It's like, I don't need an appointment. I'm like, nope.
No,
So Scott, this
we'll
is
give you both shots at once.
This is the Air Force one. What I've never seen these before.
Those are almost my initials.
Well, what is what's like what kind of workout is this, like for like box jumps or something like that? Is that why they have it set up?
So you can, Matt, you can use those for a lot of stuff. They're called technique blocks. Technique blocks, if you take that, move the bench out of the way, and you're dropping the bar with the bumper plates on those levels. So they stack.
Okay.
They stack. So a lot of guys use them also for step ups. You can do some plows off them, but they're mostly for dropping from an elevated position.
Oh, wow. So like if you're doing like barbell rows or something like that, and you want to go all the way down, you can kind of elevate them up or that kind of thing.
Yeah, I just move out of the way. So like a lot of guys, what they're doing with these mats is they're doing like an overload on either a deadlift or like an Olympic clean or a jerk or anything like that, where they want to start from elevated position and really work that top half.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. So they're not coming from right off the floor. They want to work the
right. So on the facilities, go to University of Colorado, and it's right there above it. Click on that one, and it's the same kind of concept. You'll see some boxes out front.
Wow.
Keep going.
Wow. They're
right there.
Color,
Go back.
color scheme
Go back, Matt.
This one?
So, yeah, I went too far. I think one more to the right.
One
more.
Or I don't know. You're looking for the right there. So you're looking for. So those are the same kind of concept, but it's a scissor table action.
Wow.
We call those scissor tables. So like that's something too where that collapses all the way down and goes all the way up on that top hole that you see. Same idea. Now from this room, these are heavy, so they're most of the time they're leaving these in place.
Yeah.
Really working that technique. They've got a full squat cage in the middle, so they don't really need that cleared off. But if you do, you've taken that all the way down to the bottom, grab the handle that engages the wheels off the back. I don't know why I'm pointing. And move that out of the way.
I see your hand. What?
I do that. You ever go through the drive-through and point? I do that.
Yeah.
I'm that guy.
That I don't know what that color scheme, like that the font color scheme against the black with the Samson logo, that is a sharp, man. I just feel like if Cobra Kai had a gym, like this is like the Cobra Kai colors, like, man, that's Darth Vader. That's awesome. That's a beautiful
facility.
For sure. Oh, and are those all flat screens?
I think
are these
Matt's
all
just
flat
randomly
screens up here?
naming movies right now.
Yeah, those are flat screens, Matt.
Oh man, that's awesome. That's a college weight room. Damn,
University of Colorado.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so that's one of my favorites, just because of how that turned out.
It's
Big
sharp,
12?
man.
Are they? They're Big 12, right?
What's that?
Colorado Big 12 or Pac 14? I don't know where is Colorado these days?
They're in the Pac-12, dude.
West,
Are they really?
Lloyd.
Yeah.
Is what's the Arizona?
I was gonna say like Big 14 just to see if you went with it.
I tried.
What's Arizona Arsenal? Is that a soccer
Arsenal.
team?
There's an Arsenal is a soccer club out in
Okay.
Phoenix.
Wow. So this is like their MLS team?
No, this is actually and they're changing some things, but this is actually a youth all the way up to it's mostly like youth, like
elite
small
academy
kid
or
and then
something.
in high school and then a prep
Man,
type
go to
facility.
the email.
Yeah, totally. I'll do that.
So in the construction industry, we've been hit by a ton of delays, a ton of material issues that have popped up over the last 18 months. Are you guys, what did you guys see? How did you guys handle it? And how does it, how are you guys forecasting 2021 from a kind of a material standpoint? Because it seems like, I feel like you're in your line of work, it's almost like trying to check the stock market ticker to see wait, hold on. Where's steel at right now? Is it like here or here? Where do we, buy it on a dip or something? So how are you guys handling that?
Yeah, it's tough. So with the steel material, especially the square tubing, that's just now hitting where it's going up high enough for us to really make a move. The nice thing about how we're set up is when we make a decision, we can implement it almost immediately. So if we want to change our price list, as cumbersome as that might sound, it's not that difficult. We have a couple of cooperative purchasing agencies we have to get that approved by, but we each have to submit the list and say price is going up and that's it. It's nice. Tough though, because with the steel especially, we have to be careful how we do it. The only good thing about it is all of our competition kind of deals with that, but they don't deal with it on the 0.188 level that we do. So that's something we're going through right now. That's actually it's a big ticket item. What we want to do is be smart about when we buy and how much we buy, right? So we kind of look at the year and what we think. Now, in a typical year, we could probably guess pretty close.
Yeah. This
year is fucking good luck. So we're kind of like, what's the lead board look? What's nice about how my brother Brian runs the company, his position is director of operations. So we meet weekly on sales. We meet
trivia, right? Trivia with us the other day.
Yeah,
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Really nice guy. Your brother's a really nice guy. That was really fun.
Super nice. Contributed nothing. Contributed nothing. Zero.
He didn't help. He actually tried to get us to change one correct answer to an incorrect answer.
This is true, but hey.
So, but getting back, like it.
Yeah. He's forecasting.
This last year what's been frustrating. This last year was we navigated the big things fairly well. The small things is what really drug out, and the prices fluctuated. The lead times were crazy. So, like if you look at the materials we use, like we could get in most of the big stuff that we needed. We do all the upholstery work in house, the pad, all that stuff. But like we're bringing in the padding, and that's extended another week.
No, keep that up, Matt, because I know that's one thing that Scott really wants to talk about. So keep that up.
Yeah. So let me kind of finish this. I'll get on what we're
exactly. Yeah. Like, keep that up, Matt. Please.
On the parts and stuff, small parts, things like that. The glued hams call for stainless steel guide rods, pop pins, knobs, little things. And they've been delayed. So the biggest thing with our customers on that front is even if prices are changing or, things are going up or whatever, you don't tiptoe around it. You attack it straight on and just admit what's going on. 90% of the guys in our industry understand that. To a point, you'll get 10% that I'm the customer, I'm always right. I'm just like, nah, I don't think so. Yeah. But you're honest with them on what you do. So for the most part, that's been okay. This next big run, this next 6 months is what we're trying to project in the steel market to see how much we want to buy right now, to not really affect our pricing too much. We don't want to overbuy, but we're trying to project what's going to happen next. And we're going through that evaluation literally right now. And it's not an easy topic to talk about.
Funny side note. One of the questions on the final round of trivia last night was what they gave us two elements commonly used in a version of steel. And the answer was stainless steel.
Oh, dude,
what was it? Like
where?
Yeah,
it was like
Awesome.
what was it?
We got that one right though. I think we got that one right.
Yeah, we got it right.
What were the two? What were the two? You remember? No. Hold on. Here's one thing I wanted to talk about, because one of the big things that Matt and I we're always going back and forth on is how do we advertise? How do we market? How do we do something that sets us apart from someone else? We don't advertise. We don't market. We're not good at any of it. But you shot these images over, these renderings. And so you're telling me that when someone says, hey, we're interested in this, your guys can put this together and completely show someone.
The first thing that I try to do is, and a lot of our stuff, I mean, and this is what Andy's trying to help us with. A lot of our stuff is quote unquote playing defense, right? So we get someone that hits us up. There's a bid alert, something where we get, like Snorville right here. They're hitting us up. We're one of 3 that they're hitting up, right? So I reach out to them. I tell my guys, like, look, we're not the company. We're not bankrolled by all these other investors, all this stuff. So where we need to flex our muscle in a way that is true to what we are. So like, I'll reach out and say, I'm Scott Schroeder, director of sales / co-owner of Samson Equipment. I saw your email come through on our website. The guys in, marketing gave it to me, which is literally Andy. Says, hey, call this guy.
My marketing team
team, whatever. But it's all, the trick is to be honest about it. And it's like, look, like, you guys can't be bashful about who you are. So I'll call them. I'll start initial conversation, get them going. I'll say, okay, well, it looks like we're doing a room. You guys are doing a room. Okay. If you're interested in us, like, can you 45 minutes to an hour and get with me and Troy, who's our sales specialist, and he's a master level strength. So I start going over his resume a little bit, and that's a coach to coach talk. Like, all I need from you is the spec drawing of the space, just the drawing. Your school should have it. They all have it. So get that over to me. And then what we're going to do on that consultation is I'm going to introduce you to Troy. He's going to introduce himself, and he's going to have a blank room, and he's going to do this 2D overshot of the room with the coach in real time. I'm taking notes based on the conversation. So like, the 2D will show just about everything, but then I'll take notes on all the small, like, attachments, kettlebells, dumbbells, counts, all that stuff. So we'll go over all of that. And that's, director of sales / co-owner, master level strength coach guy, talking to the coach, doing exactly what he wants. These racks you see at Snorville will bring up stuff that he doesn't know exists. So these are cable columns infused to the rack. It's unique to us. Look, we offer this based off that conversation ends. I start working on numbers right away, but then we immediately send that to our graphic team, which is 2 guys that are in-house, which are 10 feet from my desk. So I'm like, okay, guys, here's the next one. Here's the logos. I'm thinking white paint. So I'm trying to guess what they might. White paint, black, black stuff. So they're like, dude, you're always white and black. And I'm like, yeah, dude, because it's badass. We do that. The logos,
our lives are so similar.
But it's like, it's clean. But it's like, do this. So then it takes about 3 days or so to turn this around. So in the meantime, I'm talking to the coach back and forth about some stuff, just on the quote level of numbers, kettlebells, to make sure I get the quote right. And then we hit them with both, and we send it to them. So within
this is gorgeous. It's so it's beautiful. Yeah. Your guys are killing it with this.
So my 2 guys are Dexter and Jason, and Dexter's been with us now for about a year already. Jason's a few months in. I want to say about half a year maybe now already. God, time's flying. But these guys, basically what they do is they crank out, like that website you saw.
Yeah.
They did that. we did that ourselves. We did it. We have a guy to help us.
In-house?
Yeah. So we had a guy that's local that really helped us with that, Daniel, but he kind of coordinated it. But that's the reason why we hired those guys. And it was like, look, we had another guy before, which is great too, but he can't take that on by himself. So we hired 2 of them. They mapped that out. It's that website's going to be constantly changing. But on the sales pitch to this, this is what this is if we time this correctly, we're in front of this game and we hit them with a lot of custom stuff.
Yeah.
But the main part of that pitch is when I'm sitting there with the coach and Troy and going over specifically what they want to see. And that's like, these look great.
Yeah, this photo right here, I would imagine is how you and Troy go start. This is just a 2D overhead, okay, what are you thinking here? Here's how much room we have. Here's how we like to space things out. We'd love to have a 42-inch walkway between this and this. Right. It's thinking flow, it's thinking spacing, it's thinking what type of specific, to me, this is, it's so crazy now that I'm saying
we'll do that. We'll do that first.
It's like building a house.
So all he'll see,
right?
Yeah.
All he'll see is a really basic, not even this detailed.
No. Yeah, no,
really basic AutoCAD 2D layout, and he's impressed that we did that in that amount of time always. And then we shut it down. I said, okay, I'm gonna call you the next day or so, coach, go over some other options. And what I'm doing is we move on to the next one. So we try to stack them with how we do this because they take a lot of time to do. So you're trying to pick and choose your battles. So most of my job is trying to figure out who to go after and then how to hit them. And Troy's just on the ready. So Troy likes it because he doesn't have to waste a lot of time back and forth doing a layout. We can knock him out. So then 3 days later, he gets the 3Ds, he gets all the numbers, and he's ready to go.
That 3D stuff is so good.
Come a long way.
I like the Madden 98 figures that you put in there.
Yeah, that's brand new, and I'm like, we can't get some muscles on these dudes. Full
that should be part of your
like we're working on it.
That should be part of your spiel. Is just be like, hey, but this coach, look, this guy needs to work out. And
yeah, I kind of said that the other day, and I was like, well, they just started, man. Like, what do you want? Right there, that guy's got no posterior. Like he's
Tom Brady.
Right, exactly.
Amada Flores. I went to high school.
Yeah, actually, we're working on this right now. This is for El Paso High, and that family, they're giving this money to the school. One of the coolest stadiums you'll ever see.
Oh, that's actually that's a person.
Yeah, that's a person.
Oh, I thought it was like the Spanish Armada. Like I totally thought it was like a boat, like the weirdest mascot in the history of Earth. Like I thought it was like the Spanish Armada, and then like the Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria. Like I was like, this is some weird boat fighting school.
Flores room.
I got confused.
Some old wooden ship that's just capable of genocide.
There needed to be an R in there.
Really old.
Yeah, you're missing.
There needed to be an R in there for the Armada.
It just fights the Stanford tree.
Hey, we also might have come up with a brand new mascot because, dude, don't tell me we haven't run out of mascots. We're so fucking done. There's nothing new. Armada.
Oh, the Armada. Cool. I like it.
The Nissan Armada.
One of the ones
SUV.
One of the ones we're working on right now. The name of the high school is Valhalla High School. It's in California.
Oh, sick!
And they're the Valhalla Vikings, and it's
Valhalla.
Okay, that's not fucking
wow.
Original.
That's cool.
It's pretty cool though. Like their logo is super dope.
No, Valhalla's awesome, but you don't have to be the fucking Vikings. Be like the Thunder Thors or something.
If your name is Valhalla High School, how are you not picking you have to?
No, go Thor, go Ragnarok. Something
I'll
fun.
send you their shit. It's
I want to send it to me. I want to see it.
Layup.
I'll send it to all.
Bullshit. Garbage. Come up with something better. Fucking Valhalla is a school name. Holy mackerel. And then the Vikings. Oh my God. It's like the Lovington Wildcats.
What do you not? No, it's not. It's nothing.
We don't even have Wildcats in Lovington.
What do
fuck
you
is that
have in
about?
Lovington?
Anyway, we make cool shit, guys.
Oh yeah.
My life's
What-
dope and I do dope shit.
Where do you see you guys
Go
going?
to that show with my friends.
Where do you see you guys going the next 5 to 10 years?
Oh man, everything's hinging on what happens in this next really 2 years. So this next 2 years is pivotal. I'm really proud of the moves that we've made this last year. This last year was a really pivotal time. We've got work right now coming in, which if you told me that, I mean, we were shut down for 2 months. So a year ago, March, April, not a good time to be Scotty. I was going through by myself.
Was that
Super
voluntary
depressing.
or was that mandated?
It was voluntary. So like the jobs that we had, they were all high school jobs and small college stuff. And they were all shut down. So you couldn't get on campus. So we weren't sure what our state was going to do. So we went ahead and pulled the trigger because it's like, we can't even ship these jobs. So it doesn't really make a lot of sense. We either do this now or we wait another month and do it then. So that was a hard decision to make. That all comes through my desk. So we had to, lay everybody off, do the PPP thing, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But that's when we started making moves. So to completely revamp the site, started the Coaches Collective, got people talking. Meanwhile, doing the what we call flex rack design. That's a modular rack design. It's
That's
brand
awesome.
new. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into that. That's something you use that half rack as a base. So like say you're that school and you want to do a half rack now, but you're going to what we call those FTRs. So like the Sonora school, you saw those cable columns in the racks. You don't have to change your rack. You can add to it. So they're basically parts. So we started doing stuff that kind of made it a little bit more, flexes and flexible.
Yeah, like kind of an a la carte type thing. You can be like, hey, look, I'll get here, but then I'll upgrade a little later and go.
Yeah, if you don't want the graphic shields, fine. They bolt on. You want to upgrade to a FTR, do it. If you want to change those into doubles later, we sell you the parts for that. Bolted on, good to go. Doesn't change your stability, anything like that. So we started doing. So basically, long story short, we started doing all these things with our product. All these things were being done at the same time. So we came out of that instead of just holding back like a lot of our competition. We did all this new shit, and our problem is always like trying to get the microphone behind it to really push it out, and that's where Andy's just been killing it for us. And you guys know I
had a new baby too. Recently?
Yeah,
the last 3
came
months.
out with a full head of hair too. But Andy's great. So what we do all these things out there. So now moving forward, really the next 16 to 24 months is going to be what our target is, and we really want to keep our core demographic going, but then really edge into some of these other jobs that's going to be coming up. In our economy, what we're seeing it already is some of these schools like ours. We are 95%. High school, small college, right? Small college. So it's all state funded stuff for the most part. Very few private sales. It's all government, POs and booster clubs.
We're about to change that. We're about to come up with something.
So what we see right now is there's going to be an influx of some of this. We're ready for it. I'm already starting to see it. Guys are talking. Our sales approach is gonna. I'm really confident in how we're approaching it differently than our competition. It's a lot of hours for me, but that's fine. So we're going to edge in there, and then it's going to be about who's doing the best job overall. So what's going to come out of it is, like I mentioned before, about technology infusion. Who's doing the best job with that? Customer service, product quality, who's actually sitting down with these coaches and doing this on a sales pitch. So the next really 16 months is going to be really trying to flex our muscle.
How do you so with that integrated, do the players, and the players should know, but speaking on a high school level, maybe they're like, oh, I don't know what I'm working out today. Can you push maybe a program that they're doing today to their cell phone? And they're like, oh, I'm working out this, I'm doing lats and glutes today or whatever.
So not only will they'll see like, say you're in week 4, we're doing calves, we're doing forearms and calves.
Forearms and calves.
Forearms and calves.
Yep.
Wednesdays is forearm and calves days, boys. Let's get to work. So Fridays are shrugs. Getting ready.
Shrug Fridays.
What?
So
Every Friday.
they see it. So it's happening now. So not only can they see what lifts they're doing, they can see what their percentages have been, what they're expected to do now, what track they're on. Also comes with that is nutrition. So you want to marry that to, and this is what we want to do, marry that with these bigger colleges have their own nutrition staff and all that.
Yeah.
And to try to combine the two. So like if one player say is gaining, like we need this player to gain, 15 pounds, his dietary track, like he's got to log in every time. Now,
he should just eat everything I eat after 7 at night.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, dude, I'm telling you, like,
dreams all night long.
If you ate just a bunch of White Claws, would you necessarily gain good weight?
No.
Okay.
So the good thing
that's the
is
results that I've been noticing. That's the results
in his independent study.
My fact checkers.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me go here.
You know what?
We're seeing.
No, it's peer. Scotty, it's peer reviewed. We're the peers.
Peer review.
Yeah. Yeah, put them up at the end of 8 weeks. We'll put up against the panel. Like, you did shitty, bro. What'd you do? It was like, followed your shit. You told me what to do.
Well, one of the things
I can't eat ice cream that much.
One of the things I want to transition into, and we will pick up a couple of these things on this list a little later, but especially we're gonna have a moment where we just one of my favorite things of all time is just to listen to you tell stories. But I do want to dive into the building aspect of the podcast because I think there's something really neat with I'm gonna give a little intro on a couple of things that we're kind of kicking around, and I do think it leads into a really, really interesting deal that we're gonna attempt. And I think it could be something, when you talk about diversifying in a format that you feel comfortable, it could be pretty cool. And we're almost as excited about it as we are the swimming pool that we want to put in as well, because we just want to have parties at this house. But we'll tell you. So a couple of things.
We couldn't leave the podcast with the swimming pool idea.
Yeah.
You want a workout party?
Nope. We can't because you're the guest.
First, we got to lift weights and get yoked, and then we got to swim in the pool. That's how that works.
Matt's gonna get yoked. I'm gonna swim in the pool. It'll be perfect. So a couple things going on right now. We have our very first construction question as posted as a comment on let me see, where is it here? Episode 5. Words of 200 flavors in it, of course. Episode 5. One of our current customers, not Jason, has a question for us, and I thought it was hilarious. He's really funny. So it's the first one posted on the website. I'm gonna give him a fork construction, not one of the gold ones that we. He gets a camo with a black hat. I'll take it to him. Sweet. I'll pick it up tomorrow and I'll deliver it to him. Here's his construction question. So I'm going to ask it, and I don't know if Matt went to the bathroom. That's what I'm assuming he did.
He's back.
But Matt, you have to answer it. I'm going to ask it as the customer.
Okay.
Richard Rochelle. He's from Roswell, so he's not completely right in the Kabaza. What customer choices do you implement in a house most often that you absolutely hate?
My short answer is about 70 to 80% of them.
We have giant egos.
We do. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't like most of the things the customers pick. But here's the deal.
70 to 80% of customer choices you don't like?
Absolutely.
For sure.
100%.
For sure.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. And I know.
So if they ask for like a roof, you don't like that?
Dude, have you
customer driven selection.
Do you like walls?
No. Okay, no, hold on. Actually, all right. We're being a little hyperbolic, but I would say the actual number is 1/3 of everything that someone pitches. We go, and you know what? Let me temper it with this. We're not saying it's bad. We're just saying we could do better.
Are these like little details? Like I want stainless steel faucets instead of blah blah blah, or some crap like that.
Generally it's broad design direction from the standpoint of, oh, I wanted to do dark wood tile with dark wood. You know, like someone just
I think
that broad thing where we go, oh, I like 2/3 of it, but if I could switch 1/3 of it, I could make it better.
I think that maybe the underlying issue that exists for somebody in like me and Kel's position is that we're constantly looking at new stuff all the time. So what ends up happening with my tastes is that they're always evolving. And if you had asked me what I liked 2 years ago, it's not even close to what I like today. And so like I'm always disliking something that's maybe like to quote, you know, stock trader shit is like, I always don't like the trailing stop loss of my tastes. I like what I like.
Don't know what you're talking about, but like I still love how you talk.
But like I don't even like what I liked.
I think the better way to describe it is I don't like 2 years ago.
What's that?
I think stock analogies.
I asked, your stock analogies are way too smart for us. Yeah, I don't like things that I don't like things that I liked 2 years ago.
No, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm getting at. I don't like things that I like.
Yes. I think this is where you always, when you're talking with the customer, I think this is where you're like, you're going to recommend something, but hear me out.
Right. Well,
that's one of Kelly's saying, hear me out.
Yeah. And it's not not 100. That I don't like, I am all there. So asking me what I like as to what compares to what will look good and make a customer happy are two different things, because I like stuff that if I showed like one of our customers, they'd be like, ew, are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. And to me, I'm like, super
shows
excited.
Me stuff that I don't like.
Yeah. I'm like right now my head is in this really, really bizarre place where all I really like right now is almost like very modern minimalist type stuff. And I'm really getting into the esoteric nature of why that's cool because of art and all these other things. Am I an art collector? No. Do I know anything about what I'm talking about? Also, no. But I like the idea and I like the stuff that I've seen. Like, I like the idea of like, I like this stuff. I like
what he likes. If what he likes and the house he lives in, you'd be like, hold on, motherfucker. Like, what's going on?
Right.
How did you change?
How did you build this house?
But he sent me a photo.
So you haven't had a chance?
Huh? Kelly, how do you if the percentage is that high, 1/3, how do you guys navigate that landscape with the customer?
I warn everyone early on. I go, my job as a person who's taking your dream and trying to make it a reality is to advise, do whatever the fuck you want. So if you ever hear me kind of kick back a comment more than once, just know that I feel very strongly about it. Then I'm like, oh man, here, let's dig around a little on this. Okay, cool. No, we're really set on it. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna send you a couple ideas, and then here you go. No, man, I really think we're gonna stick with this. All right. Hey, I talked to my appliance guy, and he just wants to shoot over one last quote. No, we're good. It's like, fuck it, we're good. Sure.
There's these email chains that are 30 emails long where it's Kelly just fighting them on their choice. And I'm like, get them. And
it's usually, and don't get me wrong, I just sit there occasionally and just, like I said, when you're immersed in it, like, and Scott, have you ever sent a design over to someone and they go, hey, look, I know, man, this looks good, but will you do the plates in orange and then the letters in purple and then we're fucking good? And you're like, yeah, I mean, we will.
Kelly, we have painted stuff pink before. Pink and teal upholstery. It's happened. We approach it the same way, and it's more like, okay, I get what you're saying. I think there's a lot to be said about subtlety and how to bring out these colors. We will do that. Now, I'll send them 5 different things. I won't tell them which one's my favorite. We want exactly how they said. And I'll say, okay, there's 9 times out of 10, they'll pick something that's more kind of in line with what we're doing. That 1 out of 10 times where they're just hell bent on it, cool. That is either an absolutely fantastic, like super happy customer or pissed off. And they get it. I'm like, that's not the color I was thinking. I was like, we sent you all that. And then I really dig in. And it's the difference, Scott, they've dealt with the last 3
one of the things, one of the big discussions I have, because sometimes, you know, one of the battles that Matt and I face is that we always have to, a lot of people are bringing their vision, their dream, their fucking perfect thing that they've done to the table and going, we love this.
Yeah.
And we have to be careful about stepping on toes, egos, and emotions, because it literally might be something where they're like, you know, like we've had a customer send a plan over and I send it to Matt and I'm like, we're going to build this fucking house. And he's like, no, we got to send something better back. And I was like, nope, we're not. This deal was born on third base. Let's just walk it home.
Right.
And it's a going battle though, because we do have egos. We do have this sense of, I really think that we can help you do it better. And we have to battle a lot of times on when we actually make that stand. Like when you go,
you know,
I think to Kelly's point though, to Kelly's point is like, if they come in with, and I think I know what you're talking about. And in that kind of scenario, you have to be aware that they've planned it out. Yeah. And it's not like I can, with the house, it's probably different than your world, Scott, because with the house, they got to live in it and they know how to live. And if you were to be like, hey, just rethink everything you know about waking up and going to bed. Here's my pitch for you. That's a lot tougher than like, wait a second. Like I've done gyms. I know how this is going to be the best thing for you. So there is a specificity, and you guys come equipped with a knowledge base and an acute, you know, scalpel to make the right cuts and the right adjustments that are going to make a big deal. But a lot of times I think where we're at with a house is like people kind of come into the game with a lot of big hopes and dreams and ideas that aren't bad.
Everyone's watched
taste.
TLC and everyone's watched your Fixer Upper.
It doesn't help when Matt recommends Rick and Morty mural or something.
No, never works with that. But that was a really, really good question from Richard as a customer, which is funny because it does acknowledge that that he is aware of the situation. But the one thing that I will tell Richard that's going to help him is that aside from who she married, his wife has fantastic taste. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. If he just gets out of the way and plays golf with me on the weekends, they'll be fine. So, but okay. So moving on, a couple updates for us as the fort construction. Considered an unacceptable and what was the term? Unapproved builder. What did they call us in Desert Mirage, Matt?
An unapproved, like
what is Desert Mirage?
Oh, it's a subdivision that Matt lives in.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
We were on the list of
prohibited builders or something.
Yeah, list of disapproved builders. You remember how we were on that list?
Yeah.
Well, we've just lined up our third project and we're about to line up a fourth in there, so we're gonna have a whole fucking block. So that whole thing can fucking pound sand. We went to one of our sponsors
for not being approved.
Scott,
for not being approved.
Scott, by the way, anytime we interact with we actually don't have any sponsors, but every podcast we're just like sponsored by Sam's.
This is the best thing I've ever sponsored.
Dude, this is the best money you've ever spent. Best money you've ever spent. There are over 30 people that have seen this. So, dude, just
everyone
one of our sponsors, Southwest Abstract and Title. We went in today and signed and closed on lot number 8 in phase 10. So we actually have Jason White's house on lot 10. the McNeils, which is going to be super cool. This deal just came together like a freaking rocket on 8. And then 2 of our favorites, Luis and Cheryl on lot 7. We have 7, 8, 10. We have our own fucking block in there. So yeah, take your not approved builder status and shove that up your ass, please. But new developments, one of the things, and Scott, I really need your opinion on this. Eric, Nick, I need you. This is, you 3 get to answer. It's going to be a real quick one because I do want to roll into that next question. But Matt and I have been kicking around the idea of, we're debating, do we finally, because one of our biggest things as a small company is we've been trying to actually minimize overhead costs so that we have no monthly operating expenses. So it's like, we can downsize and still scale. Do we hit a point where we go, we actually need a little office space, or would it be in our better interest to build? I feel like I'm just grabbing imaginary boobs. Or do we build? Do we build a model?
That's how you do it. You're like that.
Well, when you get right here, you do.
This is how a true elite.
Kelly's still in middle school.
We don't need this, guys. We don't need this out there.
Good news, bad news. But so what do you guys think would be a better route for us? Office space, model home.
How much? What percentage would you say are you meeting with people at wherever you're meeting them at?
Matt's house. We meet at Matt's house
all the time.
Yes,
all the time. And how many hours out of the week are you spending there?
Not a lot. Not a lot.
I think you have your answer.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, but
I think one of the things to think about is it's like when you go to
home.
Well, when you go
so it's the office space or model home is the question.
Office space or model home? Yes.
Man. I mean,
Matt
sort of argued against the model home earlier, saying that with these constantly evolving styles and dynamics and things like that, why would you want to stick to one specific issue with the model?
I will present that argument to you right now. So right now, all of our vendors will give us discounted pricing to build a model home and then help market their floor tile at lumber. Everyone will be like, no. If you let everyone know that we did this,
and you
we could build what I would refer to.
Sign
oh,
a
yeah,
contract.
no, it's coming.
Sign a contract with the companies that say they replace everything every 2 years.
Well, but no, we only have to I feel like a model home viability is only 2 to 3 years anyway. So I think they understand that. They would walk in knowing, hey, look, I know you don't want to have this model home for more than 3 years. 3 to 5 years max.
Oh, so you would be done with that model home and then build another in 2 to 3 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I think
how does that work? If you keep a model home,
I like
years,
model homes.
If you keep a model home for 5 years, isn't that just a money pit for 5 years?
No, from a tax perspective, everything we spend to build it and everything we spend to freaking maintain it helps us manage our tax position.
Yeah, but I mean, what's the bottom line in the end? Like after 5 years, are you breaking even and you sell it for a profit?
Oh, no. It's very similar to our house. I feel like everyone would give us, like.
I think you go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I just think so many things. You go. No, I'll go.
You hang up.
Me, double Dutch. Is it us? Me? You? Me?
Kelly, you go.
Hang out together. We
talks first.
Kelly, you go.
No, but
Scott, go. I've had enough of Kelly. Scott, you go.
No, I was just gonna say, I think
that's a really good.
It's that whole thing of perception, right? So, if you build it badass, which you will, I think that's the whole thing of perception. So when you guys go to Matt's house, hey, how long are you there for? And then is that I love Matt's house, but like, is that the impression you want to give off every time, or
No.
because office space would do that for you too, but it's just be different. Like if you feel like it's viable, you do a home spec house, put that office in the back, you walk through.
Yeah, no, I think so too. It took
From a sales perspective.
No, I think you're exactly right. I think you know, we sat there and we looked at it because all I really wanted was an office at the Ramada for $100 a month.
I just wanted that for Fridays. I wanted that. I would help. I would rent.
Totally.
I would put
Yeah,
in.
no, I did too.
Dude, we'll cover it. $100 a month. I'm in. But
Yeah, right now.
the more
can
I
have
started
both.
thinking about it, the more that our cabinet guys will give us a discount. Like I can get everything at a discount, and then what you have to imagine is that we're actually almost investing in an asset, something that 2 years down the road, if we built a, you know, and that the biggest question right now is where and what we build. I have one opinion, Matt has another. But I think the cool thing is, regardless of what we do, we're building something with a guaranteed equity position, with guaranteed tax benefits. And it provides realtors with the opportunity. Like they don't know shit. They don't know anything. And they generally go, oh, can we walk through a model home? It's like, we don't have one yet. We're not there. But I'm to the point now, conversation with our accountant. He's like, oh yeah, no, dude, do that. This is going to be cool. We'll make this freaking super fucking.
So it has to be like centrally
I think
located. Like
those are your choices.
Sorry. It has to be like centrally located. You can't have a model house out by like Matt's house or something like that.
I agree.
I mean, so maybe somewhere like off of Sonoma or something.
I found a lot. I reached out to the realtor that sold this guy this lot to see if it's available, because I do think it's near a burgeoning area of Las Cruces, but I do think it needs to be in the city. Here's the cool thing. Here's what we want to do. We are going to have, the house will be designed to have the very first, whatever Scott thinks makes sense, and I'll have it in the budget to pay for it, Samson home gym. We will put it in the house. Yeah. We will also have a pool, and FYI, when we watch UFC fights, we will 100% go over there. You guys can work out if you want to. I'll be in the pool, but we'll watch UFC fights at the model home. It'll be the best idea ever.
I'm going to be there every other day.
We'll have an electronic keypad.
It might
give it to everyone.
There's a trade-off. If we set it up right, we do some content. There's a trade-off for that. You really don't pay for that.
It might need to have the Bab-Cast studio in there when COVID's done.
Oh.
It might need to have the Bab-Cast studio.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I do not hate that idea.
I don't hate it either.
I've got the lot. I reached out today.
So this doesn't sound like a home. This sounds like a forever home that we just hang out at.
Listen, I didn't learn a lot from GL Green that I'm going to take into my own company, but I did learn that when you fucking do it up right and have it out there, dude, like, oh man, Greg knew how to set the bar.
Yeah. You know, that'd be one of the situations where we're like, we just show up, you know, and we're like, you don't want this house. You don't want.
It's not. The house is not for sale.
Schroeder,
for tax purposes, the house is not for.
You're pulling a Step Brothers on him?
Yeah, the guy's dead. Asbestos. Good one.
Yeah, we use asbestos everything in this house. You can't have it. Yeah.
This house is built with asbestos. Yeah.
So, but we will have a house design that will have the very first dedicated. So all I need to work with you on is the exact space that you want for a home gym to make sure that I have that, whatever the room is dedicated, that I have enough space in there so that when we set the rec and the this and that you go, oh, no, perfect. So I'll bounce it off of you.
Andy and I were actually talking about it the other day, and I think what we'd want to do is like send you like 5 or 6 different potential floor plans to throw at people, depending on what house you're building and how big or small they want to go, and say, oh, this is kind of like a template. and throw that in there. And each one has like a price to it.
That's
Oh
perfect.
no, we'll have those photos up on the wall.
I'll take a kettlebell for my bathroom.
We'll do a display in the house. We'll have it in there so they can see what it feels like in real life. We will 100% pay. I'll have it in the construction loan because everyone else is going to discount us. My cabinet guys are like, dude, we'll give you 50% off your cabinets. I was like, dude, we're paying.
Oh no, but we'll use that for we want to shoot content in actual homes. So we'll use that anyway. I mean, that's
it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be
But, like,
beautiful. But then on the wall, just imagine when you walk into the gym on the wall, you have level 1 price, level 2 price, level 3 price, level 4 price, level 5 price. In the gym where we go, this is a level 2.
Mm-hmm.
And
Where
this
do
is
you
how
wanna
much.
go?
This is how much space you need for level 2.
Oh, bingo.
Bam,
Yeah,
bam,
you have to show them like, hey, you got to
Yeah.
go. This is a 12 by 14 room, and we can do a level 2 in here.
Yeah.
If you want to do level 3, we got to be 14 by 16. If you want to go 4, 15 by 20.
Yeah.
And just lay it out so that you can point by numbers. Be like, dude, I can bump one of these rooms out, no problem.
What I love about this idea so much is that like it really hits the nail on the head as far as our clientele is concerned, because how many people like are moving? Hey, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be in this new place. It's gonna be perfect. I want to get into the gym game. I want to have everything set up perfectly. But also, where do I start? Because so many people go and think like, I'm gonna have a home gym. Well, what does that fucking mean?
Right.
It usually means piecing a lot of shit together.
Right. No, exactly. But coming in,
Where do you put your both
you are
legs?
100%. You're 100% right, E. Because how
Stop
many
promoting them, Kelly.
Sponsored by Bowflex today.
How many people?
I'm gonna finance a Bowflex.
How many people?
2,000 monthly payments.
Go ahead, Matt.
How many people go and just kind of just accumulate? Like, I feel like what's super bizarre about the home fitness realm is that people just accumulate bullshit, and I am definitely guilty of doing that. And I think that I don't even think that I'm top tier as far as accumulating bullshit. There are people who buy the perfect push-up and the ab roller and the weird thing that you hang on your door, and it goes on and on and on and on, kind of out in this weird realm of just like really esoteric, nonsensical. Look at Kelly doing a
Shake weight.
Shake weight, yeah. But
Kelly, where'd you find that at? On the side of the road?
I left those there.
Nick's
I left those in the
closet.
closet.
These are 80s. These are 80s, from what I can tell.
Shake weight. It's like you're jerking off RoboCop.
but for somebody to get into to hey, I'm going to build a new house, and the home gym is not an accumulation of shitty things that you've bought over the years. It's an awesome.
Hey, yeah.
If
you want to do it right and do it right the first time, this is what it's done.
It's a done deal. Kelly, do that 12 times over your head.
That's when Kelly shoulder pops out.
So where are we at in the agenda right now?
Who cares?
Well, no, we're getting down to one thing.
I'm still waiting for the story.
No, we're gonna finish with stories.
Oh, finish.
Well, yeah, we have to
That's
finish
the only
with
reason why I'm here tonight.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Story.
Well,
Same.
Scott. So Scott, well, I want to pick your brain about something that me and Kelly were kind of kicking back and forth. And you manage a lot of people. So how many employees does Samson have?
It fluctuates. So like right now we're around 30.
A lot of people.
Five in the office. My world is mostly in the front office. So it's in the front office. It's myself, Andy, our director of marketing, Chris, is inside sales logistics, is our production product designer, and then Dexter and Jason are head graphic designer and his second hand man. Walk into the back, so literally our building is like a football field. You walk into the back, it's a big rectangle, and you get into the upholstery station, the shipping area, the prep area, powder coating booth, sandblast is out the back, laser cut machine, and then 7 welding tables, the grinders, the cutters in the back. So depending on workflow, It depends on how we staff. Turnover with leadership positions has been really limited the last couple of years, which is great. We got a really good production manager now. That's really changed our game. His assistant's solid. So the guys leading certain areas, our number one welder is one of the best in the area by far. He's been with us a long time. So they get to hire and fire based on what their goals are. So like our goal, depending on workflow, we have to pick out so much a month of product.
Let me interject right there, Scott. So when you say that they get to hire and fire, so like your lead welder is in charge of their own staffing?
So he's in charge of the welding table. So he'll go, the hierarchy goes, he goes to our production manager directly or his assistant and say, based on the work we're trying to cut out, with the amount of work that we have, specifically how many racks we build this month, based on jobs, not just stock or anything like that. Like we got to get this out, man, that's a lot of labor. We got to hire another welder, and then you're trying to combat that with, well, what's next? What's next? Month 2, month 3. We really evaluate, like I laugh when people say quarters, we evaluate every month. So it's like, it's really different. So they have the ability to do that based on the numbers, and they have to justify them to us. A lot of times they think that they need that. Our guys in our leadership positions now are very good at evaluating that versus, well, we don't need another guy. We need to pull some overtime that last week or so and we'll be fine. And that's really more money in their pocket too. So they're good about, if they come to us saying they need someone, they really need someone.
So you like, you're trying to always empower the people that have earned that empowerment.
Yeah. So you got right away. So we're in a position.
You can't be just a guaranteed.
No. So the guys that we have now, they've been here long enough to earn it. You can't get anything past our lead welder, Jesus. He's the man. But he doesn't care who you are, where you're from. We got a guy that's straight out of India, Minika, who's a badass, but there's culture clash there. So he had to kind of earn his wings. Jesus only respects work ethic. He doesn't give a shit. If it's me, my dad, my brother, like you can't fake it. So he's earned it. Jesus has kind of embraced it, and now he's off and running. So they trust each other, but you got to earn that. So when Jesus comes to me with something, I listen. Minika tried to figure it out, but he's figured it out now. He's been with us for about a year. But then his right-hand guy, he really needs to step it up. He's trying to learn his role. But, with that amount of people, you try to fluctuate within 2 to 3, depending on where we need them. So we have what we call floaters that will help with, got to be able to do a couple of different things. So they got to be willing to help with upholstery if we need it. Got to help with shipping, prep. We pre-assemble everything before we ship it.
Where's the bottleneck? Where's the bottleneck right now?
So we'll usually get backed up in pre-assembling and shipping. So we have to put everything together once.
Right.
And then break it back down and ship it. So guys got to be willing to do that. And if you're not willing to do that, Jesus will be like, this guy's got to go. Like, all right.
So when you say,
and then it's up to us to actually follow through. So it's like, well, how many write-ups does he have? He's got 3. I'm like, okay.
So pre-assembly, meaning they built it and you put it together and you just check
sure that it works.
Check everything and then you kick it out.
We do so much custom stuff that's a step, and guys get kind of frustrated with that because most of the time it's fine. But it's like, that's that. And there'll be times where it's like an ultra custom thing we did and we didn't double check that the pop pin when it will fully engage in that last hole.
Yeah, you can't afford to figure out that it's not working when you're installing it in Lebron.
Well, that, and like, think about it. We've dominated the rugby game up in Ireland, Northern and Southern, and we ship it over to Dublin. We got a problem. We got a big problem.
Right.
So,
absolutely.
Then those guys call you at 2:00 in the morning, Scotty, what the fuck are you doing, Scotty? It doesn't work. I'm like, fuck. Guess who's going to Dublin?
You're like, I'm gonna get in my helicopter and go.
I would mess
Luckily,
up all the time.
We stress it. So like any problems that we do have.
Oh, yeah, actually, that's a good point, E. Well, we got to go to Ireland. See you tomorrow, Dad.
Yeah, that's a trip. That's a story right there. I almost died on that trip. Those guys can drink. Good Lord.
They do 2 things. They eat potatoes and they drink.
They work out. They drink each other, and then they go have drinks after.
They drink their potatoes.
Yeah.
Now, we're just burgeoning into we have, well, the Fort has one employee. Matt recently made a major decision to kind of thin his herd, and we've promoted a relatively new employee. What year?
Yeah, coming up.
Yeah, just about.
Yeah, no, Angel, he couldn't be there for much more than a year. But one of and this is why we were super interested in it, because I think personally, find people that fit in personality wise and buy into the culture. And you can, like, I don't even care what they know or don't know. Like I feel like that person can what's going on, and then we'll freaking teach you exactly what we need you to do.
That's exactly why I've been saying I want to be your guys' concrete guy this whole damn time.
Dude, Nick, if you would just start a concrete company, we will hire you.
So when Mark was here the other day, I told him to start a notebook. That way, when I come on board after I retire, I'll have all the answers right there, and I can just flip.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All you got to do is just be like, dude, just put in your papers, and then we'll get another Toyota truck and put a logo on it, and you're in. Like, you just be driving.
Oh, he has to get one of those other trucks that I've found.
No, there are some
I would be
body guys.
so happy to drive one of those. No,
but no, like we do think, like, and one of the things instantly after this transition where it's like, boom, you're up, is that Matt and I had this conversation, and we both mutually agree this, like, dude, let's extend him like a really cool bonus structure. And Matt sent it over to him 2 nights ago.
Last night, yeah.
And just saying, like, hey man, look, you are taking on more than we expected. Here's how we want to reward you. And what we want to always do.
It started with a raise. Like, your base pays up. We get that. But here are things that we're looking for. Let's not have accidents. Let's not have dirty job sites.
Safety.
Yeah, exactly.
Cleanliness.
Yes, safety, cleanliness. Like, and that those things are near and dear to my heart, more like, just beyond the financial gain of not having those things be a problem. But like, I obviously would, I've been injured on my own fucking job sites, and I don't want that to happen to anybody else. And there's like the concept of having everybody go home safe. I literally, when I get off the phone with my guys, I tell them, hey, be careful, because I know what it's like to be on a job site. And I probably sound like, mama hen when I talk to them every day.
You got to do it. You got to do it.
Yeah. Cause I literally, like, hey, all right, have a good day. Be careful. That's how I end my conversations with them, because I know what it entails to be up on scaffolds and ladders and all that type of stuff. And I think that, like, having your lead guy know that, hey, I get a little extra money if we don't have any problems. So, hey, don't make sure that ladder's level. Little stuff, the little things. Make sure the ladder's level. Make sure that, hey, if you're way up there, make sure you gotta, if you'll be on a roof, get a harness if you're gonna be doing
aware.
Something.
Just be aware.
Be aware. Exactly.
Be aware
and that's the thing. Be aware that it's a problem. And so if you're just thinking that way, exactly. Be aware.
Does that bonus structure include like Bosa donuts?
Oh, okay. Hey,
sponsored
FYI,
by Bosa.
Me and Matt had a really, really, really interesting. We got an idea. Me, Matt, Eric came up with it while we were playing trivia. But we want to come. Okay, it's for a later date. But I just want you to remember this: that you fucking brought up something that we're going to. It reminds. Think sober October.
Yeah.
But with beer or alcohol.
Dude, I don't like this fucking idea. And Scott, now you're part of it, so you're in.
But I don't even know what we're talking about.
No, you said sober October, but then you also included alcohol, so I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
So imagine. So what I want to do is, because there's a lot of fads going on right now of like things that people are doing. but we're all going to go, and we're all going to have some baseline blood work done to see where we're sitting. And then we're going to go 30 days without, we're going to pick for everyone, the 4 of us. Sweets, Nick has to give up sweets for a month.
I was not here for this conversation.
Oh yeah, you were there. You were there.
There's choices.
Yeah, like
no. We're picking. We're picking because we're trying to make it what's hardest. We're trying to make it what's hardest for that person.
Oh shit.
Nick gets sweets. Matt gets meat. Eric gets caffeine. I get booze. 30 days.
I would much rather you challenge me to work out for 30 days.
No. Here's the final say though. It applies to everyone. No meat. No. No. Because no. We need to see who has the most dramatic improvement by cutting something out of their diet.
And mine's caffeine.
Yours is caffeine.
I like that already. I like that I still get to
fail on the first day.
What's the payoff?
No. We're just trying to do what would have the most dramatic impact on your life, Scott, if you had to cut one of those
on your
out?
blood work,
I cut alcohol for over a month or so, picked it back up to try. I was just trying to see what level I was at, right? Yeah. But alcohol for sure for a while because that whole pandemic thing really fucked me up. So, but it wasn't that hard. It wasn't as hard as I thought, which was a good thing. But like if you try to take chocolate away from me, fuck off, man. I'll give up alcohol before that.
So no, that's what I'm saying is like I identified the 4 things. I actually think Matt has it the easiest with meat.
He doesn't. Not even close.
He does.
You got to go meatless for a month?
You think going without meat, you couldn't go without meat more than you could go without caffeine?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I totally agree with E. Yeah. Completely.
Really?
Go without meat.
All right. E gets meat.
So
Matt gets caffeine.
God damn it. No.
That would probably help my cholesterol levels tremendously.
We can talk about this.
Give me the meat.
We can talk about this another time because this is more like let's gather around the bar.
What if I don't give up something? But
this is bullshit. This whole
what
thing.
What if I go to the gym for 30 days and
I don't. No, that's not the point. The point is to try to give something up that's near to your heart.
I can't go without caffeine.
Eric, you think you could give up caffeine before you could give up meat?
I don't think you're phrasing this right, Kelly. I think you're like near and dear to your heart. You got to give it up for a month. Why?
To just it's for a test. It's like, did you guys ever watch?
We live in America, Kelly. We can have what we want.
Did you ever watch Super Size Me?
Yeah, I know. I don't want to do that. Fuck that.
None of us do. But that's why we're gonna do this. But these. I feel like these are the 4 most prominent things that people talk about right now.
Look, we gone off the rails on this thing. I'm just gonna try to bring us back real quick. This is something we can talk possibly the Ramada. Look at some office space that we will punt on.
Kelly can't drink.
Like, dude,
I can't. Well,
hey, Eric, you gotta work out for a month, but you can't drink any caffeine before you come work out. Man, fuck this. Listen, we ain't doing this.
All right. Okay, listen. I just think it's a cool idea to make because when we do Sober October, everyone does the same thing. And we don't have a baseline to I'm just saying it.
All kidding aside, I get what you're saying, but I think that we need to talk about this a little bit. I think this is a little...
I'm not saying that it's in act tonight, done. Eric, no.
No.
I'm just saying it was I thought it was an interesting idea.
It is an interesting idea. It is interesting.
Fuck it. From a stock market, we'll move to the stock market because
what's the dictator of China?
The Chinese dictator. But no, you know what? What's weird is once again, I think we shoved stock market talk to next week because as much as I just haven't hated this week, I think there's an interesting discussion to be had about trying to identify when a market is coming, when a market's going this direction, what stocks potentially what might go up, because man, if you look at Marathon Oil, even down. I swear to God, that thing goes up every time I fucking look at it.
And I agree with you. We can talk about it next time. But one of the interesting things I've read is that this whole downtrend in the market is going to push a lot of these newbies, which were pretty much newbies, is going to, if they're not managing it right, it's going to push them out.
Right.
Yeah.
The stock market's going to readjust. And so I think, but yeah, I agree.
How do we identify what might go up in a down market?
This discussion for another time.
Because Matt, Matt's a big proponent of puts, shorts, calls, donkey punches. I don't know what those things are called, man, but that's one of those is not real.
Well, one of the
I think they're all real.
No, they're all real.
Yeah,
those are all real stock things. Market related.
Those are all real things. Well, like just with today was an absolute shit show and a bloodbath, and the only things I saw go up were puts and things that I wasn't happy about, like and that's one of the things about learning some of those other mechanisms for investments that you can take advantage of if you kind of look into it. But like puts in particular, knowing when that there's going to be kind of that change in the market, that you can as a retail investor, you can take advantage of a bear market. You really can.
11 stocks, 10 go down. Marathon Oil goes up 6.5%. I'm telling you, the oil. I think there's something to be said about the oil market that could be ripe to go in a direction opposite of what the fucking regular economy
OPEC had their meeting today, and I didn't read the news on that. But my oil's up 6.88% today.
Yeah, oil for some reason.
Energy's better, yeah, for sure.
Energy's better, yeah.
For some reason, well,
what's AEP?
Dinosaur energy.
Yeah.
Not just any energy, because all my other energy shit, solar, everything. Nope. Well, okay.
Quick note on the stock market. I don't know if we're going to transition to balls next, but Dallas Mavericks, they're now accepting Dogecoin. You can pay for anything with Dogecoin at the Mavericks arena.
Dude, Mark Cuban,
way to go. Shout out Mark. Sponsored by Mark.
Sponsored by Mark Cuban. Man, that dude, he sponsored us from day one. He knew what we had. He knew it was worth it. He goes, look, there's two things on the earth that are fucking worthwhile. Bab-Cast, Dogecoin. Get into it. The only thing I wanted to talk about with sports is that the OU fight with the dude that got, speaking of getting donkey punched. Why would you why are you starting fights in a bathroom? And number two, here two things. I want to go around. We'll I'm not afraid for this podcast to go long because it's really fun and I'm having a good time. So I'm not afraid. But what I want to talk about on this is who was in the right, who was in the wrong in the bathroom fight. And two, when was the last time you actually got into a fist fight? Matt?
Kelly, I happen to be with you actually. At
he wouldn't put on the hat. Look at him.
Yeah,
I know it's basketball season, and Carolina's
Boomer.
Last time I air quotes got into a fist fight, I was with Kelly Fort, and not gonna lie, it was a lot of fun.
So fun.
It sounded like fun. That was a great story, you guys.
This is actually mine and yours last fight story. So just kind of lay it out real quick, synopsis.
Yeah, no. It wasn't that fun because fighting is really never fun. But I'm being facetious. It was silly. It was funny. It was funny because it was so silly.
It's funny.
We were at a Metalachi concert, which is something that Kelly had
sponsored by Metalachi.
Yeah, and it was super it was super cool. We were up in the balcony. We were watching the band play. Everything.
What describe the band?
Oh yeah, it's a mariachi band playing heavy metal covers. So, Enter Sandman in mariachi format.
Maybe stand up. Maybe we stand up.
So we're on the balcony, and Kelly has seen them before, and Kelly's getting all of our friends hyped up, and Kelly had bought a lot of tickets, and we were rolling kind of deep. I think we had like 10 or 15 people that were coming with us to the concert, in various places. But Kelly knew that like this is kind of their denouement, so to speak. So their final, their final set. And Kelly goes, dude, this is how this is going down. Like when they play this song, they close with these big bangers, and that's how the concert ends. So Kelly was getting excited, and we all got up and we're on the balcony and we're having a good time. And somebody gets really upset for whatever reason, that we're blocking their view or whatever. And it's literally the last song of the whole thing. We're just like having fun. Like, yeah, we moved to the front, we're chanting and stuff along. And it honestly was like Enter Sandman or something. Like it was something that everybody knows. So it's like impossible not to get excited about. So we're having a good time chanting along to the song. And I don't remember the exact verbiage that this guy got, into with somebody, but it was like, it was something akin to sit the fuck down. And we're like, no, like we're just dancing, having, a mega fun time. And we had a friend who I will not name, that might have escalated things by just going, hey man, what are we doing wrong? And he was close to his face, just saying, what are we doing wrong? What are we doing wrong? Everybody's having fun. Everything's okay. And then that got heated, and nothing happened. Everybody was like, all right, cool. We're not doing anything. And show ends. We go to leave the place. And then I don't even know how the two are connected at this point, but a guy just cold cocks somebody.
Oh no.
Out of the blue as we're leaving.
Like a 20-year-old kid.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, and he was associated with the guy who was heated. This guy just cold clocks somebody who wasn't even part of our group. And the first thing that happens is one of our friends immediately tends to the guy who just got hit and is like, hey man, are you okay? And I'm just following the guy who hit the guy on their way out. And I'm kind of doing like a Karen, like, excuse me, the whole way out. And that guy's beelining it
man,
out.
Shame.
Yeah, no. And that guy's beelining it out. I can barely keep up to him. And so on the way out, while I'm carrying this guy, I go and say to the security guard, that guy just hit somebody for no reason. I need to go and talk to him. You should kind of like tag along. So that guy follows me out. And I'm still going, excuse me. And this point, we're out on the street and he's walking to his car. And I'm still like, hey, man, what's up with what you just did inside? And then he turns around. And by this point, it's everybody who we were in the theater with me. And Kelly gets a little bit ahead of them. And it just turns into like a wrestling match in the road. No, and not on the road, in the sidewalk. And long of the story short is Kelly's got the guy, this guy in like a headlock kind of choke hold, and everybody's just flying, like it's just people flying all over the place. And at that point, I don't think that like it was comical how wild that was, how nothing happened, because like nobody really got anything bad.
If we ever in the moment, it felt like I was fighting Israel Adesanya.
It was crazy, but
it would be like me fighting an 80 woman at Walmart.
Yeah,
but I was just like, I went and got security. I was like, dude, this dude fucking hit this guy. Come out. And then security was just like, you could tell they were just like, dude, we just wear this shit to get a check. Man, we're not like, no, like, hey man, you guys sort this shit out. So then we get out there and he's like, and he does like a little fucking face push to like fucking, and then he swings at me, but he's so slow. Listen, I cannot dodge 90% of the world's punches, but unfortunately for me, this is one of the 10%ers. And I was like, oh shit, watch out. And then all of a sudden, then he does a weird front kick. And then it's just like, you know what? Fuck, you tried to punch me and you tried to kick me. It's on. So I hit him. And so I fucking fight him, but he's big and fat and he's fucking huge. And we roll around a little bit. And then I get behind him and I'm like, dude, I'm going to fucking choke you out. But he's got like this self-defense, which I would refer to as just called fat neck. And it's like hard to choke a fucking fat neck human out because he just goes, it's like their neck just starts like sucking down into there, and they're just like, no, you can't choke me.
Built-in protection.
It's built-in. It's turtle. It's like they just turtle. They're just like. But then the funniest part is that I'm fucking sitting here choking him, and his nephew, who is a super fucking nice guy, comes up. He's like, "Hey, stop choking my uncle!" And I was like, "Oh shit, I didn't know he was your uncle." So I let him go, and
It was a dick.
last fight I was in, downtown Las Cruces, and then we went to Amador and had drinks, and white breakout, and then they thought it was our fault, and then someone told me that I needed to be escorted out. So you know what? Fuck it. Eric, last fight.
Never been in a fight.
Ever?
Good for you, man.
That's awesome.
You know what? I'm gonna count when
A lot of people. So my wife tells me, you got that face that people just want to hit. And I've been in a lot of confrontations, and I'll tell you my last confrontation.
Fair enough.
So we're at Whiskey Dick's, got there early, like at 9. Who goes to the bar at people?
Old people.
Here.
So we're sitting there, we have a table.
Seems perfect. What are you talking
We have a
about?
table, and it starts getting more crowded. I stand tired of sitting down. Other people stand up, and it's getting crowded, and there's a kind of like a walkway behind us, and I keep getting bumped. And I'm like, next person that bumps me, I'm just gonna, I've
Say
had
something.
it. I'm gonna say something. I get bumped, and so I turn around, and I'm just like, just fucking say excuse me.
Time.
And it's a woman, and she's like, I did say it, and I was like, well, I didn't hear you. And so she goes and tells her boyfriend, who's like 6'4" and a beast, and is obviously in some type of law enforcement. So he comes up. He comes up to me.
Law enforcement.
He comes up to me with like 3 of his buddies behind him. They're all yoked, and he's like, "What did you tell my girl?" And I'm like, "I told her, fucking say excuse me. Like, she bumped into me. Well, you owe her an apology." And at this time, I'm thinking, I got blood clots. I got a job. I got to be to the next day. And there's all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I'm sorry. And he's like, no, say it to her. And I'm like, all right, dude, lady, I'm sorry. And meanwhile, so that happens. I'm at the bar with one of my crazy friends, and not fucking 2 minutes after, he's like, what's going on? I'm about to break this bottle and stab him in the neck.
Seems reasonable.
And I'm like, hey, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I don't want you to go to jail. I don't want a fight to break out. Like, it's not worth it. So I saved the guy's life, and he doesn't even know it. But
He doesn't even know.
it. But I don't ever want to fight.
You know what though, E? That's how true
Fighting.
heroes operate. They never know.
Yeah.
Good for you.
So yeah, that was my last
Oh, that's
confrontation.
Yeah, I'm glad I wasn't there, because you know I would have. You know how like
You would have said something for sure.
Listen. I'll get beat up defending a friend till the day I die.
Sure, me too.
Yep. I'll be like, well, listen, here's how it's gonna work. You're gonna hit me. I'm gonna hit the floor. Then we're gonna call an ambulance, and then I hope you don't go to jail.
Well, I know this is not going to end well, but here we go. And you just go.
Nick, what do you got?
Ish. I'm sort of in E's boat. I've been in like probably one like legitimate fight in my life, and that was back in elementary school. And we were like
Good for you.
we were on the playground playing basketball, and for some reason, like I told one of my buddies to get down on his like hands and knees, and I pushed
You're
this other
gonna
guy
jump
over
off
his
of him?
back. Dunked
You
over.
got yeah.
Pushed this guy over his back so he would like trip, and then this kid got up like super pissed and punched me in my face, and I was like, "Whoa, crap!" And so we got into like a little wrestling match, and I think we both got like after school detention or some crap for that.
You totally deserve that. Like what are you
No,
doing?
I did.
Like,
I did. I was.
Yeah,
I wasn't.
why
at
was
it.
you
Yeah,
set it
that's
up?
why
and
that
then-
was the last fight.
Yeah.
He learned.
He's like,
Yeah.
hey, listen, man, I know you guys have okay. The last fight that I was in was clearly downtown in Las Cruces while we were trying to defend the Rio Grande Theater, sponsored by Las Cruces Rio Grande Theater. Go watch
Las Cruces
anything
tourism.
other than live
Yeah.
musical fucking events there because
cityoflascruces.org.
stand up, people get mad. Fucking sucks. I think do you guys well, I'm gonna ask you real quick. Do you guys all know my single greatest fighting story?
I think I do. Man,
I think
I don't
do.
know. There's two options, I think.
Yeah, I'm with Nick.
Okay. It's only one. There's
either coming back from Juarez or
that's what it's Juarez. It's Juarez.
the other one was Lovington.
Yeah,
with
when
Leafs.
I was just like, dude, I went to fight, not even to fight, and then the guy that was trying to fight came over to fight me, and I was like, wait, no, and I'm not about this. No,
That might be the funniest one though.
Yeah.
The single greatest fighting story I have is this. Me, Justin Goad, Matt Shelley, Joel. What's Joel's last
I
name?
remember his last name.
Joel. It's just Joel. And Gabe. Right? Gabe? Gabriel.
These are all like
Doesn't matter.
really tall people,
matter
except
who
for
it is.
Joel.
Well, but
Really
if
tall
you-
people, and then
of our 11 subscribers, trust me, 3 of them know. 3 of them are like, oh shit.
One of them is Joel. Like,
One of them
tell that
is
Mexican
Joel.
story.
We need to find
So,
Joel.
Dude,
I'd like
we
to see where
go
Joel
we go in Matt's Forerunner in probably it had to be 1998 to Juarez. And we go to Juarez. We go to I the only time I've ever went to Juarez, the only place I ever went, I would do 2 things. I would go to the sports book. I would go to Fred's.
Yep.
And I would go to Copa. I never went anywhere else.
You ever did La Playa?
Nope.
Oof.
Dude,
Lucky.
I'm with LaPlante.
sportsbook, Fred's, electricity thing that shocks you. Someone shakes your head and pours some fucking shit in your brain, and then Copa.
Not Derby?
I never went to Tequila Derby. Not
Derby
once.
was the spot.
Derby was fun.
Derby was out of those was the best one.
Oh, Derby was dope. But I was a Copa kid.
Yeah, but
So
Copa,
we go to
Copa was
Copa.
Thursday night. and
Copa
Derby
You're already
was
across the
Saturday.
border. Just find something that comforts you when you're down there. So I don't blame you.
100%.
Rose for the lady. Rose for the lady.
We get to Copa.
We talked about the Rose Man the other day.
Yeah.
Roseman, yeah, dude, Jesus Christ, Roseman. Like, listen, go away. 5 of us. We go to Copa, and Copa had $10 drink and drown.
Everybody had 10.
He doesn't know that.
I've
He
never been
didn't go to the
anywhere
other
else.
bars. He doesn't know.
But they had this deal called a hand grenade. They had a hand
$5?
grenade, and
Oh,
they would literally stick their hands in like this and go 1 bottle, 2 bottle, 3 bottle,
Yep.
4 bottle, 5 bottle, 6 bottle, and then just fill your drink up, and you'd be like, cool, and you would drink it because you were an idiot.
Totally.
Totally had a great night. End of the night, Justin comes up to me and he's like, dude, I've lost a shoe because someone pulled my fucking shirt over my head and started fucking boxing me hockey style. And I don't know who it was. And we're getting kicked out. And I was like, what the fuck? Seriously? And so he's like, he's got a shoe and a sock, so we get out on the street and we're like, all right, cool. Well, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go home.
Schroeder, do you know Justin?
Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
You know Justin Goad?
Yeah.
So we go.
I'm
We
just
go-
picturing
we
Justin
go-
without a shoe. Right.
We cross the bridge. He goes back across the bridge without a shoe. And Gabe's so drunk. He's, of all of us, he's the drunkest. Matt, it goes like this. From drunk to not drunk. Joel is the least drunk. Matt is the second least drunk. Justin, me, Gabe. We go back. We get to the parking lot over on the El Paso side. Get in his Forerunner. Dude, we're backing out and we're leaving, and Justin goes, there's the motherfucker that punched me. And Justin is like my little brother, fucking like the guy that I like growing up, the guy that I would protect more than anyone. So
Odds that was actually the guy. Was it the guy?
Yeah.
I'll tell you this much, not 100% sure, but I will tell you another thing. His friend can.
So we're jumping ahead in the story because
I jump out and I fucking roll up on the dude, and I'm like, "Hey, man, you just fucking stole my buddy in the fuck. Like, what's your fucking, you know?" And I've learned one thing about fighting.
Don't do it.
If you're talking, you don't want to fight, because if you want to fight, you fight.
Yeah.
But if you talk, you don't want to fight. I talk a lot. I ain't trying to fight. I jump out and I'm in this dude's face and I'm just like, "Listen, you motherfucker, do this." And the guys are in the car and I'm like, fucking in his fucking grill, just like, "Dude, what the fuck?" And you know, talk bullshit. And I'm just like, "All right, yeah, fuck you, pussy." And out of my eye, I'm just like sitting there and I'm like, "Man, I just feel like something's moving." And over from this way comes a fucking fist, and his friend just got so sick and tired of me talking that he hit me. I don't know what Thor's fucking hammer feels like, but he hit me so fucking hard, pow, that I just fucking fell and just grabbed him and pulled him down. I was just like, "Well, that's it. Show's over." Fortunately, as a 6'3", 220, I can at least in close quarters, you know, I'm strong enough to fucking at least be like, "All right, look, you're not gonna just fucking manhandle me." We go down, everyone jumps out of the car, everyone's fighting, and this dude's fucking grabs me, and I fucking instantly fucking roll him over, I'm laying on him. And I'm just like trying to control him because he's just fucking wiggling a lot. And he cut my eye from eyebrow to fucking temple. And so I'm bleeding a ton. I'm just fucking pouring blood. And I'm holding him. And he's just like, "Motherfucker, you pussy, motherfucker, I'm gonna bust your ass." And so I'm just sitting there just like, "Dude, but I'm big enough that I can hold you."
Had you been doing jujitsu up to this point?
No, never done anything. I literally had just done.
No, Matt. Up to this point, he was doing Jello shots.
Yeah, I had done chemical engineering and 14 hand grenades. But you want to know the funny? Here's my favorite part is that I had him and he was not stronger than me at that point in time.
Yeah.
And then I'm bleeding, and then all of a sudden I'm like, "Oh, this is kind of funny." So I start moving my head, bleeding into his mouth.
Oh no.
So I just start,
That's
I'm
disgusting.
holding him and he can't get out. And he's talking shit and he's like, "You motherfucker." hey man, fuck dude, stop. And I was like, "Listen, I'll make you a deal." And he's like, "What?" And I was like, "If you promise not to punch me again when you get up, I'll let you up." And he's like, "Stop bleeding in my fucking mouth, bro." And I was like, "Okay, cool, man. I swear to God, I'll just get my guys and we'll go. Just promise not to hit me again." And he's like, "I swear to God, bro, I won't hit you again if you just stop bleeding in my mouth." And I was like, "All right, here we go." And we hop up. And he was clearly emotionally shaken. That could be
I'll fuck you up.
dude, that's weird. Weird when someone beats you by bleeding on you.
Yeah. He's like,
And
thinking
so
about
I go-
hepatitis and shit.
Yeah, so I go to assess how's my squad doing. You know, like, "Hey, listen, I won this battle, in a weird way. More like a
Roundabout
chess
way.
match where someone is like, "Dude, I took things," but then I don't know. And so we look up and I'm like, "Okay, cool. Where's Gabe?" My buddy Gabe's getting his head hit on the tire.
Not
By a
going
dude.
well.
My buddy Joel is trying to stop the fight, and Joel gets like, I literally look up at him when he gets punched in the mouth twice so fast that his lips swell up like fucking Daffy Duck. Justin and Matt are just fucking rolling around, and it's literally the parking lot attendant comes up and goes, I called the cops, they're about to be here. And so everyone's like, okay, cool, we gotta go. So then we fucking go, everyone just scrambles. We pick up Gabe, we put him in the car. Matt gets in to drive his 4Runner. Joel's in the driver's side passenger seat. Justin's back. The only thing I remember about the whole thing is that Joel was like, "What did you fuck? I start a fight?" His lips were so swollen, and I was like, "I don't know, man. Sorry, my bad."
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. So I ended a fight by bleeding on someone. So
There you go.
yeah, you know what?
Like your advice would be like, hey, let him hit you first.
Yeah.
My advice is you can win fights even when you're not.
Then take them down and
then you bleed on them till they quit. That's
Dude,
I don't think you won.
Oh,
I think
imagine how death-defyingly fucking gross that would be.
It's like but that's
I'm
a
trying not
perseverance.
to
That's a
think of that.
perseverance story. It's like you know, if you're gonna lose, just bleed on them until they surrender.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna get
the
your
guy
ass
that I
whooped,
fought that beat me up drowned in my own blood.
yeah, that's like some like crazy Machiavellian shit. Like, you know, make your aggressor drown in your blood.
Scott, when's the last fight you got into?
Dude,
Oh,
fuck.
a lot-
Hold
a
on,
lot
hold
of-
on,
football?
hold on. Time out. I just had a great quote, and I have to reiterate it because, like, I feel like that is some crazy Machiavellian shit. Make your aggressor drown in your own blood. Like, I could just see that, like, as a, like,
Ooh.
you know what I mean?
Right.
Like a quote under a lion
that's
or something.
That's beautiful because what it shows is a relentless, like
The relentlessness. Yeah. Make your aggressor drown.
Relentlessness to stop
Think you should-
bleeding. I can bleed people's mouths because my blood's so thin.
Yeah, you actually
Tell that
take
quote
medication.
to Nate Diaz, Matt.
Dude, that's funny as fuck.
Scott, when's the last big little rumble you got into?
a lot of you guys know me pretty well. A lot of confrontations that didn't end in fists being thrown. I can get in your face pretty good, but you got to push me there. Like I don't want to go there.
No,
I always tell people like I can end it. It's coming. The last fight I think I was in was leaving the Carrie Underwood concert a few years ago.
I'm just mad at you for going.
I loved her, man. She was great. I was all about it. So we were going to Whiskey Dick's after and walking out, and we'd all parked over at Dublin's. So that used to be the go-to, right?
Begin agains.
Begin
Agains, yeah, for the apps. So we'd go there and hang out, have some drinks, and then walk over to Pan Am and come back, right? So we're just going to meet up at Whiskey Dick. So I'm leaving, and this guy, maybe 20, late 20s, and I hear this girl like get off me. I'm like, fuck, here we go. So I started going over that way, and this guy's got this girl like pinned up against this car, and he's grabbing, and I'm like, fuck. So she's like, help. So I beeline it right there, I do the whole and as soon as I start saying like, hey man, doing the Marty McFly shit, get your hands off her. He turns around, he pops me right in the chin, and I take it, big kid. I take it, and I kind of I couldn't believe I got hit. It was like one of those things like this happened. So it was like one of those things where it was like this happens, like, oh, this happened. So then I just swang. I had in I don't know how long. I'm trying to think about it. It's like, what am I supposed to do? So I just swang hard, and I caught him, and straight to the ground. I mean, he just folded.
Knocked him out.
I'm standing there like, oh shit. Like not even like, so it's supposed to be like, be a man, right? Like, are you okay? I'm just looking at this
You got to
guy,
go
like,
back to the enchantment under the sea dance.
Yeah. There's a reason she's not here with me right now. Because
have we passed the statute of limitations here on this?
So I'm just looking down like,
Yeah, this happened in 1972.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So I'm looking down like he's not moving. Oh no. So she's like, oh my God, like, thank you so much. I'm like, she's like trying to talk to him, like, get away from me. I think I just killed your boyfriend. And she's like trying to like thank me.
I've got to
and
go
like,
back and play
like,
Johnny
I
Be
was like,
Good
go
in
get
an hour.
So the cops are like coming, and she's like, we gotta go. I was like, no, we're staying. We did nothing wrong. Don't run. They're coming. So literally, it's bullshit campus police, right? No offense if any campus police watch this, fucking bullshit. And they're like, hey, what's going on? And they're like every bit as a clown. And I'm like, he's pressing up against her. She said stop. He wouldn't stop. He hit me. I hit him. He's down. I'm going to Whiskey Dick's. And I left. I literally left. And they're like, we got questions. I was like, I got no answers. I just answered it for you. I'm starting to leave.
That's literally what happened. Yeah.
I turn around. I turn around, and this is the first time I actually see this girl. Beautiful girl. Total douchebag just obviously for what he was doing.
Yeah.
But like, no way. I got a good look at him before I knocked him out. No, there's no way this guy belongs. So I see that. I was like, great. Left. Go meet everyone at Whiskey Dick's. I think, I'm fine. I feel fine. And I walk in there and everyone's like, what the fuck happened to your chin, dude? Like, would you I was like, oh great. So I go to the bathroom and I got this big, it's not even like discolored yet, but it's like I'm Jim Carrey in Me, Myself, and Irene, right? It's like I got the asshole chin going. I'm like, I'm just gonna go home. This is just gonna get worse. I booked it. I was like, I can't. This is not how this is gonna end. But I thought I killed that guy. I thought he was done. I was like, and I was just worried about.
Maybe you did.
I'm gonna go back to campus next week and fucking look for him.
Kids again.
Well, basically, I figured I was cool because no one got
this
my
happened
name.
in the 70s, Kelly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right after Nam.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think that guy's.
That was the last.
Rule number one. No one needs to fight anymore. No one needs to fight. But I will tell you this much: it does lead to good stories.
No,
it does happen.
I would rather buy someone a drink than fight.
If they want to talk. If not, fuck them.
I can't fight.
All right, Matt. We are moving on real quick. I mean, listen. I know this is running long, but this is just too much fun, and I'm not afraid to fucking let this run. We were getting into the badass beats section. Matt, do you want to give a little? We won't touch the next section, but like just there's a theme song that you and Eric have fucking put together. Can you share a little of it?
Yeah, we can. So Eric has an awesome idea, lyrically speaking, and
let me interject. I'll interject real quick. Here's how I think we should finish up. Let's do the song. Let's talk about what we're drinking, and then let's let Scott tell his favorite story, and we'll wrap.
Like it.
Yeah, I like it. It's only another hour, so yeah, perfect.
We'll be here for another hour.
It's too
much fun to talk to Scott.
I have
too much fun. I'm sorry. Too much fun.
No problems with it. So, doing a share screen here. You know what? I need a quick.
Is that the photo Eric took?
Oh my God, of Calvin.
That's the one I got of Calvin. Yeah.
Calvin, I like to call Clyde for some reason. Sorry.
Yeah.
You know,
I call him,
if you're Matt's cleaning lady, Kevin.
Like Kevin.
Yeah.
He's got several names. I call him Calvarino Cappuccino.
Yeah, he is a beautiful
that should be
dog.
your rap name.
Yeah, Calvarino Cappuccino. That should be our group. That should be our rap group.
If you put bars,
that's our rap group. Okay.
That's our Calvarino Cappuccino.
Put bars to this sound. You should be Calvarino Cappuccino.
No,
100%.
No, but he's a beautiful. Calvin's a beautiful dog, and he actually is a good dog. He's Calvin. He's one of the dogs that you got the French A's. God damn it. Calvin's he's got like this personality that's big. He's him. Like Calvin's Calvin, and I know that sounds dumb and it's weird just thinking about an animal because I almost can't put it into words like how much I love my animals. Like my dogs drive me crazy, but I spend, you know, all this time with them when I'm home, and
They are critters.
yeah, there are critters, man. They're
I mean,
cool.
I showed you all that stuff with Zia and Lindsay with, you know, putting down Alfredo. You know?
Yeah, that's
That was a great
terrible.
note.
That note
Or
was
letter.
so good. So yeah, hey, perk it up. Let's not talk about
All right. Yeah. Here we go. Can you guys hear it?
I like it.
And that's going to be the intro. That
That'll
might
be the intro.
that's
Sweet.
So
I like.
hopefully
I like
by next week we'll have some vocals to it, and that'll be the intro that people are hearing
Hey,
before they play the podcast.
perfect.
one of my
Eric-
favorite one of my favorite ideas that me and you were talking about was that like the intro might not be the intro all the time, because we were talking about making more music, and like maybe the intro is just kind of something that we have as part of the theme of the podcast, that it's changing all the time. We're making more music. We're
It's
trying to
always
do more
changing.
shit. Yeah,
but
it's always changing.
There is an underlying interesting aspect to the music side of things, because you know the most popular podcast we've had so far has been Burke talking about what he has. I have a sneaking suspicion that this podcast, once Scott shares it with his audience, is going to be a 600 view.
That's the goal.
There
If he shares
could
it.
All
there
the
could-
way up.
But here's what's really neat too. We might have an even, like an actually even bigger podcast maybe next Thursday, where we don't even follow our schedule, because speaking of music, we'll let you know. We're not sure, but be prepared if something unique does happen.
How one up me on my own episode?
All the way up.
I wasn't gonna mention it.
You
And-
think
and-
Scott's cool? We'll wait till
Scott's
next
cool,
week.
but no,
I tell you,
next
like,
week.
motherfucker.
You got
Tune
you
in.
got 6 days to savor this.
Dude, we have
Yeah, you got 1 week. All right.
I washed it. I accidentally dried it. I
Hey,
can't
Scott,
wear it to
Scott,
Broken-
Scott, I would have worn mine
If I wore it
had
to
one.
Broken Spoke, you would make me take it off.
Just text me before trivia next week. I'll bring you guys new ones. You got to remind me though.
No, bring us new ones no matter what. Because I accidentally I didn't dry it high.
That's not how you ask, mother. That's not how you ask. Be
It's a
polite.
little tight.
Don't bring him one.
I accidentally got bigger.
Don't bring him.
It's my
Nick,
car.
you don't have one, right?
No, I don't have one.
Nick, I don't even know where Nick's at right now. I think he's at like Area 51. We're not allowed
Nick's
to
gonna let
find
us know
him.
later.
He
But
sent a random.
nevertheless, I'm telling you,
Nick
I'm
sent a
telling you,
random
the
picture
cool thing
to our
is-
group text
is
on
that
university today, and I
Scott's-
was like, "You're allowed out, Nick? Like, come on."
Scott is a springboard
it.
for everything. Like, he's just like,
can't-
listen, I will
You
live.
don't have a DeLorean. You can't take it back. Just move on. It's fine.
Oh my God, I'm sorry that I had to hype up something that we could be doing cool the
Fuck
day
you
after. we do-
again.
Hey, maybe show up to fucking trivia, homie.
Tried. Actually did try. Anyway, where are we going? What are we doing? What's next?
What are we drinking tonight? Scott, what are you been sipping on?
So, moderately, but consistently, I got the the Pistol Pete's 6-shooter.
Oh,
it's
okay.
to
Of
keep
course
with
you
my with my pro Aggie theme, as you guys know me for. Anyone that's still watching
do you
this,
have,
first
do you have
one-
the bottle there with you? Could you the bottle or?
Oh, I threw it out. I'm sorry.
Did you finished it?
It was the last bit of it. That's done.
Oh, okay.
My bad, dude. We have to throw that up.
Kelly's gonna grab his.
Anyone still watching? First of all, why? Second, Aggie Athletic Club. Aggie
There's
Athletic
people,
Club.
Schroeder. There's people that watch different
Yep.
segments. So I know Kilgore watches the bourbon segment. I think that's all he's here for.
There it is.
The bourbon segment. So
there you go.
people have
So-
different interests. So the building interest is different. The beats interest, the bourbon. So they're all different interests. So
What's the fight segment? You guys can do your
the
own
fight segment.
fight
Yeah, that's a
club
different
segment?
one. The fight segment is brand
Robbie
new. So.
Gutierrez is going to be like, I'm coming for you.
Gotta put it more in the fight segment, man. No, so that will be featured along with the 1888 and then the Crimson Legacy wine. We'll have that in abundance next year at the AAC tailgate.
Nice.
AAC tailgate completely sponsored by Samson. We pay for everything. So when you show up, we have the food going. We rotate that with local vendors every home game, football game.
Nice.
Just football. We can't handle that shit in basketball. So basketball, we go to the Players Club Grill at the NMSU golf course. So that's where we pregame there. So, but we spread the love, nothing commercial. We do the local restaurants, all that stuff, no chains. So every week we feature a different vendor.
That's
so
awesome.
we'll have the food out there. I'm so pumped. First of all, I'm just glad, thank God that I actually liked the 6-shooter, because if not, my life would be shit.
It's good. It's good. Yeah.
So that helped. Crimson Legacy is good. The 88 in the can is good. So we're hitting home runs.
It's a beautiful bottle.
Great.
They packaged it, marketed it. It's fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it is
So
good. Yeah.
that really came off well. So big time props to the admin over at New Mexico State for doing that. We just any part of it, we just grab and run with it. So that we'll have that in abundance. At the last few years, that's been over at the Fulton Center parking lot. We are going to move it. We're moving over to the Crimson lot. We're going to link up with Jay Moya, Kingery, everybody. Let's get everyone together, because next fall is going to be rough. Big Mike. We're going to get everyone together. So you'll see.
Is that the parking lot between the Pan Am and the football stadium?
Yeah, the big one. So we're gonna get close to the. We just make shit happen. I'd rather ask for forgiveness than ask for permission, right?
That's what's up.
So we'll be right there by the curb, and we'll get everyone together. So people ask all the time, like, "Well, where's your tailgate?" I was like, "Look, I got this big ass 20 by 30 fucking
If you can't find
AAC tent. If you miss it, you're an idiot, and I don't want to spend my time with idiots before a football game." So, but show up. So we tell everyone to show up. Free everything. Don't be shy about it. We'll rock that shit next year.
No, we can't wait.
Yeah.
We will. You'll. All I ever need you to do is lead the way for exactly how Matt and I, as a company, need to contribute to Aggie athletics, and you can, just baby us in. Be like, hey, listen, I know you guys aren't where you're going to be in the future, but like, hey, boom, 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 do this. It just reminds me of when you invited me to the basketball luau thing where we purchased that. Yeah. Where it's just like, hey, look, here's what we're going to do. You're going half on this. And so just be prepared to write me a fucking check. And I was like, yep. Yes, sir.
It was a good deal. I didn't partake in any of it.
Although we still need to cash in. There's still, we are owed one.
Well, I mean,
Fiesta trip. So.
Aggie athletics are part of our community, and it's awesome that like you're on that forefront, and you have that mindset that like you get how that ties into the community, and it's always exciting to go to those events and kind of see how things are playing out. I'm always excited to see the Aggies do well, and like
so much.
Yeah, it's so much fun. Like, it's so much fun. What's crazy is like I've lived here for so long, and like I have like an invigorated sense of belonging to the community through Aggie athletics when we go and hang out and do this kind of stuff. So like it's awesome. It's fun. It's super fucking fun. And
what are you speaking of Aggie athletics? What are you drinking tonight?
Yeah,
Matt?
that's great. What are you drinking tonight, Matt?
Oh, Buffalo Trace. Yeah, Buffalo Trace. Bam. One of my faves. Should have got a case. So one of my faves. Should have got a case.
One of your faves, like maybe you would tell someone why you like it, or
no.
Why...
So, yeah, that's a good question.
Maybe you'd ask someone to go buy like 5 of them.
Oh,
yeah.
E, we haven't even. Okay, look, E. What I want you to describe when it's your turn is what you bought us Because I still don't have my goddamn credit card back.
Oh, I gave you your credit card back
Oh,
at the game.
okay, yes, but you haven't described what you got us.
No,
Yeah. Okay. So back to
Go,
me on
Matt.
Buffalo Trace. Nothing crazy. It's just a really, really good bourbon. It's super affordable. I think these are probably going for like
24 with tax probably.
24 with tax.
Walmart is probably like 19.
Yeah. Not a
Oh.
crazy bottle. Super good.
We should always we still have to go to Elephant Ranch, sponsored by
We will.
the Bab-Cast, sponsored by Elephant Ranch.
That's
Yeah,
coming
sure.
up.
And we got to go out there and buy some stuff from Dylan.
That's coming up. Absolutely.
Yeah, we got to do that. Okay, but continue, Matt. Sorry.
No, you're good. One of the things that me and Eric were hanging out and we were working on the theme song, and I was having this kind of thing where I was like, man, I think that Pinhook's my favorite. And then he was like, no, you like Buffalo Trace, but really Pinhook's your favorite because he likes Pinhook a lot. And then we beat him, and we started with Pinhook, and Pinhook's fantastic, one of my favorites. It might be too complex for my fucking donkey brain, because when
You have a donkey brain.
yeah, sometimes I have a donkey brain, and like Buffalo Trace is a smooth, very drinkable, nuanced, but very focused taste. It's very focused. It's not there's not things coming out of left field. It's almost clean. Like if I was to put it in a certain sense, it's clean. Like it doesn't have, like, you don't need to eat it with nuts and a goddamn, yeah. See, this is how much I love Buffalo Trace.
Oh.
This is what my friends help me
There's
with.
There's three.
Triplets.
Hold them all.
But it's clean to the extent that you don't need to like do weird things to just enjoy it, because it's good. But also, if you're gonna have a night where like it's a bourbon night, it's not gonna give you a lot of things to talk about. I think that might be the big separation, is that you're not going to talk about, hey, it tastes like this when I have this, or it's not like, isn't it great when you try it with this other flavor?
And would it be crazy? Would it be crazy to call Buffalo Trace the ribeye of steaks?
That's an interesting
of
point.
bourbon.
Yeah, no, that's an interesting point. Man, I think it would be, at least this is what's so fun about bourbon. My relationship with Buffalo Trace is that Buffalo Trace might be like it might be like having a really good Five Guys hamburger. And I know that there's steaks, and I know that there's filet mignon, and I know that there's that's a cute pup. But like, I know that there's all these things that are above it, but like, you know what? Like, just if you want to have a bite, a good fucking taste, a really good Five Guys hamburger is Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo Trace, is going to be consistent, time in, time out.
Right.
And if you're a beginner at bourbon, it's delicious. If you're advanced at bourbon, you can't go wrong drinking it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's like a first stepper. Like, it's a solid first stepper where you're
Right.
like, dude, like you.
It's the perfect everydayer.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
Perfect on the
absolutely.
playground if you're like,
Wait, Nick. Wait, hold on. Why are you
first
around the
steps,
you're around the playground? Like, listen,
first
Charlie.
stepper.
I think
You're
if you
drinking?
do that, they won't let you at the elementary school.
Yeah, listen. Don't ever.
After hours.
Nick, what are you drinking?
I finished up a growler of a Tier C beer. It's a Cerveza Gold,
There you go.
and
An old growler.
so basically, sort of compare it to like a Carta Blanca or something. It's just a solid Mexican beer. I mean, it's good
Do
with-
they have their
good with
spot
wine.
open? Like, is their spot open? Like, did they hold it on the Adobe Plaza thing there? Is it still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So
Nice.
I think I have a growler from everybody now except for maybe High Desert. So I'm going High Desert next week.
I hope you have
Awesome.
an hour and a half to wait to get served, but that's cool.
I like their peach over there. The peach is
Yeah, the peach is pretty good.
Oh, the
Pretty
peach wheat.
yeah, peach wheat's great.
Dude, I'm sorry. That's been my I've fucking died on
That's
that.
my
fucking
go-to.
hill every time. The
No
peach
doubt.
wheat and Scott Schroeder will admit that High Desert needs to spread their nachos out fucking flat and further
100%.
because you can't just fucking dump a ton of shit on a bunch of fucking nachos and pretend like you gave me a bunch of nachos.
The revolution has begun.
E, what do you got?
Revolution has begun. It makes sense to me.
Can you all see that?
Nice.
So
Coming up there.
bottle and bonded day was yesterday.
Woo!
So
There you go.
I'm drinking Colonel Taylor. I'm so used to drinking Old Forester. I'm drinking Colonel Taylor small batch tonight.
Wow.
So bottle and bonded, Colonel Taylor was the man in the bottle and bonded
Wow.
era.
Look at that.
So you can see what he did. So this is the history of it. People can read it. It's pretty cool. This act was in place. Usually bourbon bottles or alcohol in general was sold in dark bottles, and you didn't know what you were buying. It was because it was a dark bottle. And so then they switched to like clear bottles so you could see what your actual product was that you were buying. And so they came up with this act, and Colonel Taylor was one of the gentlemen behind it. And so there it is right there. That's what I'm drinking
That's
tonight.
super cool, man. Like
That's
that's
rad.
the fun part about learning about distilling, learning about prohibition, learning about like all this like the fun stuff that like dates back. It reminds me of when we freaking rolled into we were trying to find like something to buy, and we rolled over to Elephant Ranch, and Dylan took us back there and was like, "Hey, dude, I got this cool bottle of Colonel Taylor," and literally just took us back.
Let's take us back. Yeah.
Popped-
So yeah, this is what he served us.
That's what he served us.
He served us this small batch. Yeah, I've had this bottle since they used to have it at Celebrate readily, and then they stopped, and now it's become so this bottle right now, a small batch at Anitos, where we go in El Paso, it's in their allocated selection.
Wow.
So
what's that? What's a bottle of that cost?
Probably like, I want to say around $60 maybe. At Juanito's it might be more because I mean Texas allocation prices are different.
Everyone who has it's learning that secondaries where we have
in New
to buy.
Mexico over here you're not going to find it at all in New Mexico. We'll see what we find in Arizona when we go.
All right.
But as far as what I got you all at Juanito's,
Yes, please.
I'll start with this. I got a Pinhook Rye Humor. I believe this. I think this is the one that I chose for Kelly. 16.1 hands, which is kind of interesting.
The big horse.
Big horse. Another. I believe this is the same one that Matt has currently. So
Love that one.
Yeah. I got too much crap on my
2.5
table.
hands on that one.
I got a lot of bourbon on my table. Another one for Kelly. 100 proof.
I've never had any Old Forester.
You can't go. Really?
Oh, man.
Never.
No, I've taken Old Forester to Matt's house before.
No. I've never owned my own bottle.
Oh, your own bottle.
Oh yeah, you're set, man. That's a good one.
This is 100 proof. It's a great. It doesn't taste like 100 proof. It's great. Another one for Kelly, which is really interesting. Davis. This is a Davis County, and it's finished. It's a limited edition, and it's finished in neon casks.
Ooh.
So I know you like wine.
What page are we on?
I don't have any more because they're all Buffalo Trace, and those are all. I think maybe one for Kelly
other
and the rest
12
for
are
Matt.
Matt was just bulk fucking drinking, and mine was like, "Hey, dude, you get 4 cool bottles that you're gonna like."
What real quick? My pickups. I got an Oak and Eden This
Ooh,
was
a
my
wow.
pick.
Yeah.
The toasted oak. So I haven't opened it yet. And then the other one I got, which was actually Ashley's pick. She's like, I saw this. It's way up top. There's only 2 bottles of it. It's called Breaker Bourbon Whiskey. It's actually out of California, which is,
Breaker.
And I've tried this one, and it is really good. So, that's where.
All right.
Good shopping.
I am drinking something that I don't know anything about, and I want you guys to explain whether or not you have had it.
Okay. Larceny. Yes.
I like larceny.
One of my buddies was telling me about. I've never had it, and this just came up like yesterday. My buddy up in Castle Rock was talking about it.
I got a shooter of it
There you
from
go.
I just saw it, bought it, and was like, you know what?
You should have just stolen it.
I tried, but once again, when you're
Said.
I turned 43 in like a few days, Nick.
When's your
Unfortunately,
birthday?
I'm not good at fighting and a lot of things. But 1870, 92 proof, small batch wheated bourbon mash bill.
1870.
It is it
That's
weird?
gotta age forever.
Is it weird that for some reason that I thought that said John F. Kennedy and it's John E. Fitzgerald? I was just like, wait a minute.
1870.
Kennedy.
Were you drunk when you bought it?
I
Great
might have
question,
been
Matt.
drunk when I was sitting here looking at it, but no, I didn't see that little bit, but I was just like, John F. Kennedy. Fuck, man, people got shot over this shit
In 1870 with muskets.
when he was in his fucking musket hole. Here's what I like about it.
Muskets.
When did you get it?
Yesterday.
Okay.
Yesterday.
Let's
Peeled
see.
the top, ran it.
And it
Send it.
ran it.
Send
Send
it.
Send it.
Send it.
Send it.
I think it's man. It would be one that if
Was
I
it
had-
prescribed to you? Because I kind of feel like,
It wasn't.
you've taken some dosages of it already.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. What I would say is this: is that I think it's great. It's fantastic. When it sits on ice for a bit, it's fucking phenomenal. Would I ever like if you're asking me, do I sip it neat? Like, am I like, oh, dude, let's do it neat? No, like, to me, this is if I want to take Jack and Coke to a fucking another level, this is how I would do it.
Wow.
So
If you take Jack and Coke to another level.
Bottle, though. What's the price on that bottle, Kel?
Yeah, like just a shade over 20.
All right.
If you take
It-
Jack and
it-
Coke
it's
to
within-
another
it's
level,
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Have $6 of
like, dude, like if we're trying to pitch like what you should be doing, if you want to take your Jack and Coke to another level, and you're gonna be buying larceny bourbon, which I like that bourbon, like no joke, and I have lower standards than E for sure, but like to your point, like if you want to take your Jack and Coke to another level, that's an amazing Jack and Coke if you're gonna put larceny bourbon.
that's
in
my
there.
point. That's all I'm
Because-
saying.
Because no, exactly, because I like that bourbon and I'll have that bourbon on ice. And like if I had a friend who said put that on Coke, I would be like,
this is how you take Jack and Coke to another level.
no, for sure.
Single barrel.
That's way better than that larceny bourbon, though.
That's way better than the larceny.
No, single barrel is way better than Jack. It's way better than Gentleman Jack. It's
No.
Yeah. It's better
We're
than that
arguing
larceny. No. We're not arguing that. It's better than
talking
that
about
larceny.
this, E.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah. We're saying it's way better. We're saying that like.
I was just taking Jack to another level.
Oh
because-
yeah.
you
No.
took-
Yeah.
They went up 2 floors in house. So
Yeah.
I mean, okay, maybe.
Sure you
Well,
did.
It's just so good. I mean,
Wait,
for
hold
the
on.
price,
Are you
for the
talking
price.
about Lars? Are you talking about
no,
this?
I'm talking. No, I'm not talking about
Not a
Larson.
single barrel.
Okay, cool. Then we are talking about this. You jumped to a whole nother fucking level.
I was talking about taking Jack to the next level.
No,
no,
I
no.
took-
Well,
I took it there.
This level.
For like going from just regular Jack Daniels whiskey, going to larceny, like that's a big jump. And it's, and if you're gonna, if you're gonna be on the budget side of things for $22 or whatever that is, that's a really, really, really
That's
good,
my only point.
like,
That's my only point.
for that price point.
can-
It's really,
you will-
really good.
You put this on ice, you can sip on it.
Yeah.
It would be bad. You do a Jack and Coke with this, it will be next level.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. All right. Well,
Nothing wrong with that.
here's what we need to finish with, gentlemen.
Wrap it up.
Yeah. Scott,
Tell us the story.
we've all we've wanted to hear the whole time is one of your stories, and we all have our own favorites.
I have. Can I lean into this for a second?
No.
Yeah, well, quickly. Let's just quickly go into what our favorites.
dude,
Because
I
then
like
I'm
you-
gonna lean
I like
in
you
and
when he's
Kelly's
a
gonna
couple
lean
bourbons
in. We're all
in.
gonna lean in.
Yeah.
And what we really need to do is take a Fat Joe and lean back.
Right. I kind of do like, you don't have to like just say a name. What's your favorite story you've heard me say, Matt? I
Well,
won't-
so the way I would say that, yeah,
Yeah.
no. It's just more. It actually plays into how, like, what's going on with our business is like Kelly had mentioned it earlier. Sometimes you got to let somebody go, and sometimes somebody habitually crosses the line, and you got to just
That's a good story.
you got to just
I know what you're talking about.
I'm out of this
and
one.
we literally just had this happen in our business. I think your story that I know of is more epic, but sometimes somebody just crosses the line a little too far.
Here's my favorite story. Here's my favorite story that you've told me. It involves a wedding.
It's not work story.
That's
That's
a good word.
to anyone watching this part, and if you've ever been at a wedding and the preacher goes, "Speak now wherever." I've been at one where I went
that
to,
is
and
mine.
the guy,
That's
and the
Eric,
only point of
that's
going
my
was
favorite
we.
story as well.
Eric, give him a hint as to what your favorite is.
No, that's my favorite story that I've ever heard him tell as well. But I think we should stick with a Samson story because that's what this is about.
So go ahead. Sorry.
No. He got I don't know where we're going. So you guys guide it, walk it, talk it. You know I'm gonna love it.
So I was thinking about this the other day because the email came out and that was in the thing, and I'm like, okay. And you guys have said some stuff after 17 years of doing what I've been doing. Your paths crossed a lot of different people.
Right.
And I tell people all the time, like, you never see me like when I meet some of these guys, and they're pro athletes, actors, famous people. I always say don't play down to what they might perceive you to be. You need to be yourself. You'll take away a better interaction, but you're not going to be. You won't leave with that fandom moment. You won't pose for a picture. You won't. Don't do that. Like, don't be that guy type of thing. So it's like, but if you ever come across people, definitely interact, but don't kiss their ass. Like, have a real conversation. So I tell that to everybody. Like, I don't care. And guys think that they're not, like, you guys build badass shit. Like, you guys got a lot going on. If you ever come across one of your people, one of your heroes, and everyone says, don't never meet your hero. Right. And so a lot of these things will disappoint you sometimes. Sure. But you'll leave an impression by just being yourself. So I learned that early on out of my clients, and I learned it the hard way a couple of times where I really fucked up. And, but you learn from that, and your reputation follows you. So one story that led to a lot more business, just in the NBA world, was when we did LeBron's house the first time, and that was back in Ohio, right?
I've never heard.
So LeBron
story.
who? LeBron who?
Right. Yeah.
Yamas?
There's a lot of LeBrons out there, right?
Yeah. Jaime. LeBron Jaime.
We get a call from.
Yamas.
I get a call from Stan Kellers, who's the strength coach. For
All
the
right, hold
Cavs.
on. Just for everybody who's listening, we're literally talking about LeBron fucking James. Let me repeat that. LeBron James. One more time. LeBron James. If you haven't
Who?
heard of him,
I don't think people know who he is, Matt.
Kevon?
You know what? You know
James?
what? I am so blown
Short.
away by
Short
knowing the guy who did LeBron James's shit. I'm gonna say it 12 times, but LeBron James.
You should
shut
say
up.
it 23 times to match his number.
How about we just move on, guys? There's
Sorry, Scott.
Yeah,
Sorry,
move on. There's a story to be
But,
told.
Scott, you were breezing
story.
by.
Good story. I
You were
loved it.
breezing by the fact that you're working on LeBron James's house like that's a Thursday.
That's actually a fact. It's actually kind of funny.
You were
know,
breezing
so-
by like, hey, this is just Thursday. I'm just showing up to work, drinking my coffee, just trying to handle business, and I'm
I don't talk like
LeBron
that.
James.
I've never talked like that. That's not how I sound.
You don't even like coffee.
So
You don't know how you sound because when you talk, you can't hear how you're sounding.
we
I can't
need
even have
to
coffee
move
for a
on.
month, so you're lucky.
So we get a call. I get a call. Stan Keller is the strength coach for the Cavs at the time.
Ray, you're drunk.
We've done work for him. So usually how it goes down in those situations back then was they like our stuff there. Hey, can you call the guy, set me up? So it doesn't go through their agent or anything like that in the beginning. So I get a call from Stan. He's like, hey, I got a player. He just bought a house. It could be anybody. So he's basically talked to LeBron about his list of needs, what he wants. Stan's kind of spec'd it out. So all the hard work's done. And then he's going to put an order in. So like there's like 12 things. There's a rack, a bench, bar plates, glute ham that you guys love so much that no one knows what it is.
Blue hams.
Treadmill, a multi-cable system.
Scott, do you guys make a treadmill?
No, we resell them. So anyway, like we can get everything together. So goes to put the order in, and at this point, I'm like, well, at some point we got to find out who this is, right? And he's like, well, who's going to pay for it? And he goes, well, he's going to pay for it. He's like, well, how's he going to pay for it? It's like credit card. And I'm like, all right, well, whoever has the card has to call. Like that's like a policy. Like I can't like read it off, So he's like, what? I was like, just whoever owns the card has to call. And if at some point I got to just call this out, like we're gonna find out at some point. So I don't know why this is a big secret. So that's how I talked to Stan. So it's sure enough, young LeBron calls and he's like, hey, Mr. Schroeder, I've heard a lot about you from Coach Keller's, blah blah. Here's you just want it. It's just a credit card fine. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Just give me your card. And he's like, do I just take a picture of it? I'm like, no, you need to read it to me. Like, read me the card number and I'll run the card. Like, okay. So then we went over like color stuff like that. So that's when I knew it was LeBron James, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. We're doing LeBron James.
What year is this?
This is his second year in the league. So
Oh, wow. Early. Okay.
early. So there's more to the story. So we go.
It's such a good story.
But like we do the order, we're working on it, and then we go. So it's like, okay, I'm talking to him a couple of times on some stuff, but then it goes back to Coach Keller's, and it was like, hey, we have options on installation, so we can do a full installation, which is usually what the players want. Open up the door, I hire the crew, we do it, And he goes, well, what's the other option? The other option is what we call where one guy goes. And you guys, either him or someone else says, organize your crew, and they don't have to know anything technical. They just have to be willing to work for a few hours. This isn't like a huge thing. It's high profile, but it'll take about 3-4 hours. We'll be done. Well, let me run it by. So he calls back, goes, well, he wants to do the supervise. And I'm like, all right, well, he's like, the guy I'm going to send is our top guy. So I used to do this shit a lot, and I still do sometimes. And we're our top guy. His name's Tom. So my buddy Chris and I have this ongoing thing. His fictitious party name in college was Tom Champion. So his name's Tom, and he's going to go. I had a work shirt, the Samson logo, and Tom on it. And I'm like, he's going to go. He knows everything because they don't know what I look like. So that the guys that he gets are willing to work, and it's. I'm sure it's great if he's there, but it goes better if he's not. Just a thing. So wherever you get them from, I need like 5 to 6 guys, and we'll knock this out. All right, I was like, yeah. So I show up, and it's literally LeBron and his boys. It's like his crew of dudes. And I'm like, all right. So we're walking out and these guys are all pretty big dudes, but my name's Tom. I'm with Samson Equipment. I'm the designated installer. Mr. James, I'm glad you're here. And he's ready to work. I'm like, strict instructions from Scott not to let you pick up anything over 45 pounds. And, just get out of the way and we can cut things up. Now, anybody else here an NBA player? And they're like, no. So I go around like, what do you do? And they're like, man, you don't want to ask these guys what they do. I'm like, all right, well, anyone else, if they get hurt, can fucking sue us? And they're like, nah, man, like it's cool. It's like, yeah, it's real cool until fucking someone gets hurt that's high profile and sues our ass. So I'm like being like an asshole. Like, that's real fucking cool until that happens. And meanwhile, I'm trying not to freak out. Like, that's LeBron James right there. I know who the fuck that is. So I'm like, all right, let's just go on. And he kept like grabbing shit. And I kept like, hey, man, what'd I say? And he's like, man, this is my stuff. It's like, hey, man, all it takes is you grab that, you slip a disc, and I'm fucking fired. I don't give a shit. You bankroll them if you want, but I'm out of the job. So I'm yelling. I'm like, cut this up. Cut the shrink wrap. Like, here's a knife. I can trust you with the knife. Right? He's like, what the fuck does that do? These things. I was like, you're over here. And he's like, this bitch duty. I was like, yeah, you're on bitch duty. Like, do that. We're going to do this. And at the end, so we're moving. He keeps breaking the rules. And I keep getting in his face. Stop. Like, fucking, I don't understand. So at one point, I stop everybody. I'm like, God damn it. Out of everybody here, you're the one guy that can't pick this shit. Don't do it. I know this is your place. I know this is your equipment. I know who you are. You're the one guy that we can't get hurt today. And it's not because you're not an athlete. It's not because you don't want to wear. I appreciate that. At the end, there's something that you can do that none of us can. And I'll let you do that. But if I have to fucking say this one more fucking time, I'm going to fucking leave. Because I know that we're already paid on this. I know that.
Wow.
It's true. We're paid. I know we're paid. I'm going to fucking leave so that no one can blame me when Mr. NBA over here gets hurt. So he's standing there. He's like looking at me. This other guy comes over. Is like, yo, man, you don't talk to the king like that. And I'm like, well, the king is about to. He's like, no, you're about to get hurt, motherfucker. So he's like getting this other guy getting in my face. He's like, you're about to get hurt, motherfucker. I was like, you know what? Hurt me then. What are you going to do? You going to kick my ass? Like, kick my ass. Like, there's a couple more things that we got to do that no one knows how to do. Like, kick my ass if you want. But God damn it, make him stop picking up heavy shit. He's like, man, the king does what he wants. Like, he's got a name. Stop calling him that. So I'm like trying not to like freak out, but it's true though, because I'm like, this guy he goes down, we're fucked.
He's basically the president of the United States.
So we end it, and so like he kind of backs off. He's like, all right, man, shit. It's like, I was like, dude, if you play by my rules, guys, we're done in an hour. We spent 30. It's like almost noon, and I'm like, we're done, man. Just like it's 11. We got like maybe one more hour, and we're done. Just listen to me.
Get out of the way.
They kind of get in line, and at the end, I'm like, all right, like we got everything connected, and he got this rack platform combo and all this stuff, and at the end of it, we got to bolt on the chin-up bar. Well, I specifically waited to the end to do that because I just wanted him to hold it. So I was like, just hold it up, and we'll bolt it. So I'll get on one side, he'll get on the other side. Pookie over there, his name was Pookie. We'll get on that side, and we'll bolt it. Pookie. And he's like, just hold it there. He's like, that's the one thing you can do that we can't do. So literally, he's just doing it.
Just standing there, yeah.
So we get done and everything, and I'm like, all right, like guys, like I'm really sorry. I was getting up in everyone's face, but you guys understand, like we could have been done an hour ago if you all motherfuckers listen. So they're like, yeah, man, just you gotta chill out, bro. Like that's like I know who it is, dude, but like no one's fucking listening to me. So we go, all right, well. I know you talked to my boss, Scott, about all this stuff, and he wanted to come, and he was really like, put out that he couldn't. So he sent me, and that's why I'm free, because it's a personal thing. And, him and his family own the company, and it's this whole thing. Like, do you mind? I know we wouldn't mind calling him and telling him that I did a good job and that you're happy. Like, yeah, man, I just wish you weren't like such a fucking, like, you don't have to yell at me like that. I was like, Mr. James, like, I'm sorry, but you know, you got to understand, I came in with real strict instructions and you were not.
No, Mr. Lebron. No, Mr. Lebron.
So he's like, yeah, man, like totally. Like, no, I get it, man. I totally get it. Like, and I appreciate you. And he's such a nice guy. So
do you listen, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you actually acknowledge the fact that you interacted with LeBron James?
Well, wait. So he calls, right? And my cell phone is in my pocket. So he's calling my cell. He's like, do you have a cell phone number? I was like, yeah, I'll call a cell. So he calls and it's ringing. So I pull it out of my pocket, like Scott Schroeder. Sam Screw's like, oh, you motherfucker. You motherfucker. I knew it. I knew you didn't look like no Tom. I knew that. So he like brings all his guys back in. Because they're all out. They're all walking around in the back.
He called you out on your sales pitch?
Huh?
He called you out?
No, he knew I was. At this point, he knew I was fucking with him. He knew that I made him call my boss's cell phone, which I had in my pocket because
You're Scott.
So he goes,
met you.
I knew it. I knew you didn't look like no Tom. Motherfucker, you got me going all day. And I'm like, yeah, man, it's just what I do. He's like, oh, man. Brings them all back in. And he's like, this guy, he owns it. This is who I bought it from. He's saying he's this installer all day. His name is Scott. He's this. And they're like, oh man, man, I'm about to whoop your ass, white boy. I'm like, what's up? So it's like, they loved it. So like, what do you do? Like, what do you do now? I'm like, I go back to the hotel and I fly back tomorrow. I was like, bro, we're about to eat lunch, man. Like, hang out. This is hilarious. It's like, Coach Keller's just coming over in like a couple hours. You want to hang out for a couple hours? I'm like, yeah, all right. I'll hang out for a little bit. So we walk over and those guys are just like high-fiving me. Like, this is hilarious. So fast forward. So he's there for a while, right? Where does he go?
Back into the fucking
Swimming.
No. He's in Cleveland for a while, right? So I leave, everyone high fives.
Back into the Rolodex, dude. He goes back where he knows he's good.
So he goes to Miami, right?
Miami's the next place. Yeah.
Right. He buys this big ass pimp ass house in Miami, right? So who's gonna come do his weight room? So now LeBron thinks he's an actor. So he's like, hey man. So he calls, hey, if I give you, how's this go down? I was like, give me the layout. All right, cool. Hey, like if you can make it, I know you're busy. I'm like, yeah, I'm real busy. If you can make it, you know, we gotta do this, man. I'll have a whole new crew. They don't know. We'll fuck with them. They'll be cool.
He's on board now.
Yeah. So he's like, we texted like a few times and I'm like, but the whole time you're like, one of these days I'm going to get drunk and I'm going to text LeBron and it's inappropriate. I'm going to ruin it. So like literally in my phone forever, it might still be like that. Is like, never text this number. and it just had his basketball. It was like, never text this number 20. I'm like, don't do it.
That's like my Comcast do not answer number.
Right, exactly.
I think the never text this number should just be like, never ever promote this podcast with me on it. That's
listen, we
never do it, LeBron. Just one text out of the blue.
So we go. I'm doing the same thing, but now he knows, right? So he's like, hey, so he's like telling me before, hey, really like go start doing shit and like knock it out of my hand. Like, motherfucker, I fucking told you. So I'm like, dude, all right, man. But like these guys are bigger. A couple of security guys who are like ex-NFL dudes. And I'm like, I don't think I want to do that. So oh, no, it'll be hilarious. It'll be hilarious. I'm like, dude, it's all fun and games till the white guy gets shot. And he's like, oh, that'll be funny. So I start going.
Haslam's there.
And we're doing it. And I'm like, what the fuck did I say? He's like, man, fuck you, man. He's coming at me. I'm like, oh shit. So he's like, here, I got two 45-pound plates. He's like, what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? And I'm like, boom, I hit him down, and it almost hits his feet. I'm like, oh shit. Hits him down. So right there, I get choke slammed up against the wall by one of those security guys. He's like, make another move, asshole. So, and he's like showing me his sweatpants, and there's a gun in his sweatpants. I never seen a gun in sweatpants before.
Listen, rule number one. Hey, we're all trying to figure out this fucking gun situation.
Ask Plaxico Burst. He shot his leg. So so he's got me.
Figured it out.
And LeBron grabs him and he's like, hey. So he's like, gets everyone together. He's like, hey. So he grabs me and he's like, hey man, this is like this whole time. This has been like 2 hours worth of this. And he's like, this guy right here, let me hit you with it. And he breaks it down. And they all just start laughing. I'm about to shit my pants. I'm done. And I'm like, this went way too far, way too fast. I got to like, he's showing me the guy's like, yeah, man, but he didn't even pull it out though. I'm like, so we end it. And those guys thought, they were like, man, this is hilarious. You guys have a history. Like, that's so cool, blah, blah. So we're like, we're done. And same thing, hang out a couple hours. Ferran's the strength coach for the Heat. He comes over. He's a family friend. We've known him forever. And he's like, how'd it go? I was like, well, I almost had a gun pulled on me. He's like, he goes, why'd your shirt say Tom? I was like, there's this whole story that's not going to be funny to you, but I almost got shot. Like,
It'll never work.
This motherfucker almost shot me. Sid was like, you cool with me. You cool with me, Tom, Scott, whatever the fuck your name is. You're cool with me. So like we did that and we kind of kept up back and forth. He goes to some couple of private training places that we've done work at. So like it's funny because there's one place down in Miami that's called DC, and that guy's a cool motherfucker. But like I done some work for LeBron, and then Chris Paul is in there. He's an asshole, and then he's an asshole.
That's
and then,
one of the funniest things about the Jordan series. Chris Paul is actually sitting at the base of one of your pieces of equipment.
Yeah, not my favorite guy. Twice, not my favorite. And then
he's
one of my favorites. So
but
well, he's in the Jordan documentary because he's a Jordan guy.
Yeah, but
Right.
He
is like sitting at a piece of Scott's equipment.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So one of my favorite clients of all time is Monte Ellis. That's another story, but Monte's one of my guys. So they're all in there. So David's walking in, who runs up. He's a cool dude, and it's LeBron breaking up a fight between Chris Paul and Monte. And Monte's like, say something else about Schroeder, man. Say something else. Say something else about Scottie Sampson. Say something else. And he's like, how the fuck do you know these guys? And I'm like, I'm in their homes. I was like, I can guarantee you. He's like, what is like, he broke him up. I had to send Chris Paul out. What the fuck is this about? I was like, because Chris Paul's a dick and you just bought 3 racks from me. And he's like, yeah, I got that. But that guy that runs that company's a dick. So then Monte heard that and Monte went right at him. And LeBron's like, hey, back it up. And Monte's like, no, fuck this guy. I'm about to kick his ass. Say something else about Scottie Schroeder.
No
he's like,
shit.
He's like,
crazy.
what?
Dude, that's so
like, where do
good.
you live, dude? I was like, Las Cruces, New Mexico. How the fuck do these guys know who you are? I was like, we got to make it somewhere. You know, when other companies in bullshit South Carolina town, the other one's in Jefferson, Iowa. Like, you know the fuck those
Dude, your shit gets made here or it doesn't.
So that's
go.
my story. That's my story.
Wow.
Nice. Did you do LeBron's LA stuff?
No, so he moved some other stuff in, but then he goes down to that other DC.
Oh, okay.
Then their training facility with the Lakers actually with another company. So he's like, what's this shit? I'm like, yeah, we lost that one. He's like, your stuff's way better than this. I'm like, well, tell him then, motherfucker. You got all the money in the world. Let him know.
Yeah.
So he's going to ride that out for a while, and then he'll be all right.
Nice. Love
I
it.
think there was something
That's a
about
great
Chris
story.
Paul like that I never liked.
He puts on a good front.
And I could just tell that from watching him play ball. It's not even. I've never met him, never seen him in person, never.
I'll focus on the positive. That's
Scott, as a person who enjoys, what are your most fun things to be a part of? Because I think that you've enjoyed my how much like how big of a fan I am, but like what do you do? Like walk us through you being a fan, because I know you're a Raiders fan and we need to fucking talk about that. So like just fucking let's just
Do you think it was Cliff Paul by chance? It wasn't
Cliff
Chris
Paul.
Paul.
Yeah,
it was
Cliff
Cliff
Paul.
Paul.
Mostly
Cliff
Paul.
Paul.
No, Cliff is cool. I'm cool with Cliff.
Cliff is much
Fuck
cooler.
Chris.
Fuck that fucking fuck.
We need to wrap
you know,
this up.
To each their own. I mean, we don't all, and the other thing with that too is you don't ever, you can catch me on a bad day and I can come off like that.
Yeah.
So
Oh no, 100%. That's
Have
how
you ever done any work for any sport teams that you're a fan of? The Raiders.
yeah, a little bit for the Raiders. That was
Really? Wow.
yeah, a little bit. Did some dumbbell racks, some glute ham stuff, some single leg stuff. So it's like certain teams, it's like we do a lot in baseball. So like Diamondback's one of my favorite clients. That guy there actually we've intermingled a lot. Pittsburgh Pirates guy.
Here we go.
real quick. Last year, you actually set me up to go hang out with your guy with the Diamondbacks, and then COVID just fucking smushed it.
Yeah, and that's one of those guys too. That's a real genuinely good dude.
Yeah, no, and the thing that made me the most fucking disappointed was the fact that I knew that I was sitting there talking with a guy that was like, no, listen, I'm here for Scott, not with fucking whatever happens. And it was so fucking
Yeah, to answer the question before, like the sports stuff, it's like, I get hardcore into New Mexico State stuff for a lot of reasons, but like what Matt was putting on before, it's this sense of community thing that that people, if you don't get involved with, it's like, well, it's just a football game, it's just that. It's like, it's not just that. So like when I travel with the team, like I do things like that, like, but it's really to kind of raise. Yeah, it's to raise money for them with the Aggie Athletic Club and all that. Aggie Athletic Club goes to every sport, so that's
Nice.
that's student scholarships and fees. So it's
Nice.
not. But administration wants us to push that, and no one branded it. We did the logo, like we just started pushing it. But it's like any team that I'm a fan of, like the Raiders. I got into that, and that's a long family history type of thing. But like you start doing some business with them, coaches change. You stay loyal, so like nothing kicks you off. Same thing with the Aggies. Aggies are going now.
Yep.
Basketball, football, it's not good. But what I tell people especially when we get in the fall is, this is our town. These coaches, they come and go. Administration, as much as I like what they're doing or the people that they come and go. But like if people want to get involved with stuff, what people have to get over is that they're not going to come and beat down your door, but their door is open. Yeah. So like when I wanted to get involved with stuff, I just show up. I can't tell you guys how many times I have just whether it's Aggie football on the road, whether it's in business and just in life, dress the part. I rarely get stopped. I just walk into stuff and I act like I'm supposed to be there. And then an hour in, they're like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "Oh, do the weight room stuff." Like, "Yeah, you're not supposed to be here." It's like, I'm already here, man. Like, and I'm running the meeting. Like, what the fuck's wrong with me? I'm Tom. But it's like, one of those things is, why people follow that or why I get into stuff. It's about, I follow a team or any, like what gravitates me to certain teams is that sense of community. Like Kelly's got the best team. I mean, I'm a Raider fan. I'm going to die a Raider fan, but like outside of that, like Bill's Mafia, it's hard to beat that, but that's what it's all about.
One of the craziest groups of people ever on the planet, Bill's Mafia.
In a good way. We're crazy in a bad way, but we own it.
Polar opposites there.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up. This has been an amazing podcast. We really appreciate your time, Scott. We loved talking with you. We appreciate your insight into the business world and keep pumping out these amazing products.
A lot of props to all the shirts and backgrounds, man. Good job, guys. I'm really proud. Really proud of it.
Oh, awesome! Thank you for being on here.
Yeah, we're here to promote what needs to be promoted, and we're proud of you guys, Scott. I'm proud to know you. I'm blessed to know you. I really mean that. Like, it's really a cool place to be in my life personally, to say that like you're my friend, and I love that we're friends, and I love that you took the time to be here, and just the more you explain and kind of elaborate on what you guys are doing for your business, it's awesome, man. Like, you guys are crushing it, and it's super exciting that that's happening in our backyard from a Cruces perspective. And thanks for joining us, man. Like, it's awesome. Super, super awesome.
Thank you.
No, guys,
Awesome.
really appreciate being here, man.
So great.
Can't tell you.
Thank you all. This is E.
This is Kelly.
I'm Matt.
And Tom.
and
Nick,
Thank you, Tom.
Nick, you gotta.
peace out, guys.
And Tom.
Later.
We never finish this shit right.